BagFuel, baby.
BagFuel, what's up? Like, subscribe, super thanks. You know, I love the super thanks. If you want to put an ad right here in the beginning, middle, at the end of the episode, like we got. Shout out to Cali Plug, shout out to Gigi Sauce. If you want to get your stuff exposed, send us a DM. Let's get it cracking. You got to see things. See, my cookbook is always in stock, but I had to bring it here right now. I got a collaboration. If you buy my cookbook, we send you Gigi's hot sauce complimentary, you heard? So it's basically you getting 2 for 1. Go to BagFuel.com and cop that and get our merch. I got my partner across from me.
Dr. Hynaken is here. I'm a doctor. That's a fact.
I mean, you can call yourself a doctor. Everybody else be
You're
making up
Dr. Esso.
Yeah, everybody else be making
Dr.
these fake.
D-Dot, Dr. Tracey Lee.
They fake doctors.
Well, he's really a doctor.
I'm a real doctor.
He's a real doctor. He's a real doctor. Esquire.
That's
when you're a lawyer,
You see, I'm shaking your head.
Absolutely.
That's a real doctor.
Law.
We got Tracey Lee, we got D-Dot in the building.
We in here.
So this is your second time here, D-Dot.
Yeah. I love it.
You a
Welcome
veteran.
back.
I'm a repeat offender.
And Trey Lee, you supposed to be here a long time ago.
I know.
But I got to start the show with this because all the older dudes is doing this, right? They all use the podcast as a promo run. You know what I'm saying?
Why would we?
Promo run. Because once you do the promo run, it's gone. They're thinking it's like radio, but it's not.
Right.
So if you're going to do, I always tell people this, if you're going to do podcasting, the best way to do podcasting is all through the year. You don't want to have like, it ain't nothing, but you got Rory and Maul, and then next week you got us coming there.
Right.
Once your weeks is gone, then what are they going to reflect on? But if you do it once a month leading up to your project, then you can get you can do Nori in January, you do our shit in February, you do this person, you do that person. So you're doing, so now instead of getting promo for the month, you're getting promo throughout the year.
Well, let me ask you a question, though, just not to create a debate.
No,
Create the debate.
I want to hear
I'm a
it.
lawyer. I want debate. Let's do that.
I feel that, but what about those people that don't have 7 episodes of things to talk about in those times to spend? Meaning, I ain't trying to tell the same stories every time I go on y'all podcast. You see what I'm saying? As a guy, but I know some of the questions that are gonna come my way.
It's standard questions.
Yeah, but
so I avoid those sometimes just because I know some of the guys. You gotta understand this: podcasters ain't all savvy. Some of them, this is an opportunist thing. This is an opportunist thing. So I'm not gonna be really interviewed. So you saying it as if these guys are real journalists and y'all gonna really interview me and get it. Nah, most of these dudes, yo, what was it like working with Big, son? Well, you know, tell me about Kanye, son. Yeah. So it's like, really? So
redundancy is what you're...
Redundancy, but also professionalism, meaning y'all have to admit in your world, just like you don't like rap albums, not every podcaster is a good podcaster just because they...
I don't like these niggas.
But so understand when you're sitting on the other side of it and you gotta endure somebody who's in it just to say because the hustle says I can do that too, but you're inserted in our circuit for us to kind of blow. It's like, do I really want to do you in February just to promote? I get it.
But can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Whether you're doing them throughout the year or whether you're doing them all in 1 month, ain't it still redundant?
Well, no, but here's why. Because if I go see you guys, I pretty much know you guys don't even want to be revisionists. You did that already. He knows he can call me on my phone and we can have certain conversations, but there's other guys, this is their only opportunity to see D-Dot, because I ain't coming back again. So they want to cram it all in. They want to cram everything, Biggie, Trey, they want to cram it all in.
But you know why that is? And he and I, we have debates about this, right? Because we from 2 different schools. Certain people, I don't believe in this part, they feel like they're gonna get a Biggie story from you that they've never heard. Bullshit. You've been in the game for many years, and any story you haven't told is because it's personal to you. You're never gonna tell those stories. They're just hoping and praying. And another thing is the algorithm game. You know, if you say certain names tied in, one of the biggest clips we got from you is when you spoke about Drake. Now that's gonna recirculate. We're not gonna ask you about it, but it's gonna keep recirculating. It's a nasty game all across. And I think where Esso's coming from is trying to get the established people a nice visibility being seen instead of one concentrated
Because you wouldn't have
boost.
to do those shows.
No, I agree.
You would pick and choose.
Yeah.
You would pick and choose the ones that you would get. It's just, it's the same strategy. To me, it's a beautiful thing because when you was at the label, right? Whether it was Bad Boy or whoever,
Yeah.
right? So you at the label, they giving you your date.
Yeah.
Right? So when you get
Anytime.
So when you get your date, right? Now it's like, all right, I gotta do all this stuff within my date
Right.
to get this thing moving. You can control. This is what I try to tell black people. The podcasters are giving you a chance, opportunity to control the media for the first time ever in life.
That's a fact.
Right? But people aren't using it to control it. They're using it, like I said, like even with Clue, me and Clue talk, and Clue they'd be like, okay, well, this person's coming here. Okay, yeah, it's great to have this big artist, but they're going everywhere. So now is when you look on YouTube, it's like, okay, well, I saw him there, it's the same person
Fatigue
coming
is what he's
up.
talking about.
It's the same person's coming up. Then it's the same topics, like you said, the same topics coming up. So why would I go look at this one? Now my exposure's low. But if I see D-Dot and Tracey Lee popping up, like, what the fuck these niggas talking about? Right? It's a good heading, it's good conversation. Then the next one I see you on Drink Champs, it's more visibility. Then you can go to one with less visibility and tell something else in March. Now I'm consistently just seeing you. That's what's hard
I see both sides of the
That's
coin.
what's hard to accomplish in the internet age is consistency.
I agree with that, but I see both sides of the coin. Whether you do it all in 1 month or whether you do it throughout the year, you know what I'm saying? And I personally don't mind telling the same shit because I don't know who's listening, who's watching. There's different people watching, different people's platforms watching, so you don't know who may catch the story.
Or the goal
It's tricky
of it.
with that,
Or the
man.
goal of it. Like, is your goal to get clickbait? Is your goal to not
But
just
that's
get
a whole nother-
just get another
clickbait
story,
is a whole nother
but get
thing.
me or somebody to say just that one
That's what-
slick thing
Let me show you something.
out your mouth?
Full transparency, right?
Yeah.
He and I had a back and forth because we had Ross. The first clip that came out was about Drake, right?
Of course.
Boom.
But see, there you go. Go ahead.
Right? Watch this.
Clickbait.
But he's like, yo, we had other conversational pieces to go to your point and his point of things people haven't heard. And the other two pieces that rolled out were, of course, they had powerful names and titles, but they surpassed the Drake by twofold. So there is an audience that's like he's saying, they're getting exhausted of hearing the same topic.
Right.
And some of us are getting exhausted of telling the
Yeah,
same
but see,
story.
because this is the thing about when it started, right? When it started, I wasn't in it, right? So people wanted to hear the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
It was acceptable. It wasn't a lot of people.
Right.
So it was cool. Like, yo, he said it over here. Well, he's gonna get drunk and he's gonna say a little something else more here because it wasn't a lot going on. Now people are savvy veterans like him. Oh, I know what they're gonna want. They want a big story. They want this. They want that.
A Diddy thing
a
out
Diddy
of
story.
nowhere.
I'm not coming back here no more. Right. So now it's like, okay, now when they wasn't hip to try to get the stories, y'all wasn't hip to what they were trying to get. Now everybody's fucking hip now.
Yeah.
All right? So now niggas gotta adjust. If we're gonna really promo this game, we gotta adjust to niggas being hip. D-Dot is hip already to what's fuck going on. Trey Lee is saying, nah, I'll say the same story. Now this day and age, that same story shit, give it 2 years ago, fire. 2026.
The reason why I'm saying I
What's
don't
up?
mind telling the same story, because I don't think niggas have heard from me enough.
Okay.
So
You see
you're
what I'm
fresh
saying?
on the circuit.
So that's different from his perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get what I mean? And I feel like I gotta advertise myself more. I don't be outside. I'm married with 2 kids living in Maryland. So I'm not out on the scene. I don't pop out like that. But there's enough people I think that are interested, at least curious. You know what I'm saying? Like even my story of me and a lawyer. I've been a lawyer for 19 years now. Still, a mass amount of people don't know that I'm a chart-topping artist that turned lawyer, which is the first and only of its kind. So I feel like I gotta keep saying that shit until it actually resonates.
See, but that's unique,
you know what I'm saying?
though.
Yeah, but
That
that's
part is unique.
That's my perspective. You
But
see
we
what I'm
could
saying?
talk, like, Esso has a lot of experience dealing with lawyers. So do you, D-Dot. I don't. I came in the industry differently. So now we can have a way different conversation
Absolutely.
about the music business and where the future is going from streaming digital versus then, what was it like in 1995? All right, whatever, nigga.
But it's hard to promote business. See, business isn't sexy. What we're doing is we're trying to bring the business side to this camera and make it sexy. If I was telling fucking stupid ass stories and funny shit, I could tell people business.
But who reached out to who?
It's
For this. No, for this.
Y'all reached out to us.
You want to know why? Because of that. Because, again, I could easily have somebody just call up the 5 top 20 podcasts, 520, whoever y'all in, and we just do the circuit. But I told him, I want to do people that I know the game, know me, and know how hard this is. So they're not going to just take the standard 101 route.
Right.
And that helps. So for us, even though it may seem like we're doing it all at one time, each one is going to be unique. It's going to be super unique. When we did the white boy yesterday, it's not going to be nothing close to this. Not even close to this.
Right.
The questions, he was just in there like as if he had because he's young. So
he had to do research.
No, he don't necessarily got to do research. It's more like he's really a fan.
It's from a different perspective.
It was just up to the point where he didn't have dealings like me and you had. Me and you've been behind the scenes. And
he called me the other day. He said, Randy. And I'm just sitting up there waiting for him to say that. Niggas still call you Randy? I said, what the fuck are you talking about, dog? That's my name.
Yeah, like, when that nigga called me Derek, who the fuck is Derek? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just sitting up there like, okay, what's he gonna say? He just paused and be like, oh, these two,
So the call was made because of how we want to be catered to. And I know how our story, this story and this interview is going to be told in the way that fits our rollout as opposed to just put these dudes in here.
Right.
All right, I'll brave through the Kanye. Ask me about Diddy. Ask me about Big. Ask me about... okay, when is this over? I don't mind answering the questions, but come from a different angle. Come from another perspective. Ask something
People
else.
don't have
Like
for angles.
If you're not in this game, you don't have the other perspectives. You have one perspective, and that's what I see right here.
But as a journalist, you're required to do research.
They're not journalists.
I know that. I know that. But if you put I know that. But what I'm saying is, but that's the point. But okay, so act like a journalist. If you're gonna get in front of the camera, if you're gonna have a podcast and a platform, you have to conduct it as such. You may not have a degree in journalism. You may not.
But you're putting it in a box that it's not in, Trey.
But how does it make? But how do you make your platform entertaining though?
It's not journalism. Yo, let's take journalism.
But that's a part of the problem, isn't it?
No. What's the problem?
But the saturation comes from because you got all these amateurs doing this shit and thinking that you could just get in this game and do it.
But Trey, you don't have to go to the amateurs. You don't have to. You don't have to.
That's why we're here.
You don't have to.
That's why we're here. Right.
But some of the amateurs was me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I was gonna be good. I never was.
And a lot of niggas didn't come to you yet until you proved yourself.
But you grew into the part.
But he saw, this man saw a different ability in me that I didn't even know.
Okay.
Right? So when I first started, we were still going viral. Which is the important thing to everybody. Viral. But I personally was still going home and saying, yo, that viral's not really doing nothing for us. But then luckily from the words that we had, I got on a relationship show, he got on math show, and then I got brought in there, and then people could see what I was doing, and then we had somebody like Space Ghost that could highlight us and put us in the right light. We were in a fortunate situation, but that didn't mean that I wasn't good. Then he was in the game for 20 years, right? For 15 years at the time. Then we arguing over, I'm coming from the music business
Ideology is what it is.
And I'm saying, D-Dot, you see why you come here? I'm like, we can't do what y'all was doing on This Is 50 with D-Dot in my show.
At all.
Because
D-Dot to get up and walk the fuck out when he gets 2 fucks about it.
And then when he gets out, you know he's doing, I can't find my phone,
Right.
but he's doing,
Like,
as soon as he walked out the phone, hey, yo, Rand, why the fuck did you invite me to this shit?
Exactly.
I don't understand what the fuck. You done did this, and I think that you know, but Randy don't want to hear that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Randy don't want to hear that. Then Dot's tripping, then somebody else come and be like, yo, you know Rand set me up on some crazy
it's a snowball
shit.
effect.
what's
Vega,
going on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I said, I can't ever come from that. And then and I'm gonna say this with you, and then he came along and said, if I'm gonna film y'all show, y'all gotta talk about business only. Because nobody's talking about that, and nobody has the ability to talk about that. And that's why I brought it full circle to say that although we're on this path, right, it's not sexy. We drop things, no lie. We've dropped footage, I swear to God, that if you see it, you be like, why does this shit not have 2 million views? You know why? Because it's important. And it's enlightening. It's not fun.
It's not shock jock shit.
It's not shock jock. But let me
Yeah.
What's up, D-Dot?
let me
What's
hone
up,
in
Trace?
what Trey was trying to say. I'm gonna give you an
Yes.
example. I'm a producer, right? In my time during the production side, it was unique to have me come to the studio. Like Rand would call, say, Dot, not only do I want to beat, but come to the studio. We need you there. Play it for us, the
That's
artists.
missing
we can
too,
pick.
man.
Okay, what I'm saying to you is, as the years went on and technology happened, now there's guys sitting in their basement just sending you a CD.
I don't like
And
that.
they have the same title as me,
Right.
producer.
Right.
So when he says oversaturation, you have to admit that if I can go buy a $250 camera and get me a tripod, I am now a podcaster.
Right.
That simple.
Right.
You're aspiring.
You're
No,
not
no.
aspiring.
You are.
You're not a podcaster.
No, what I'm saying to you,
The minute-
you're
hey,
not
yo, Rand,
a podcaster.
Rand, you know why you're
aspiring.
But you know why?
Because a nigga that go to the studio and fucking rap, he's not a fucking rapper.
In your eyes.
In your eyes. That's
eyes.
the
In
same
your
way y'all
eyes.
said it was crazy.
Right,
The same way
exactly.
we saying you sound crazy. The minute he puts it on,
That's
he is
it.
officially
That's
a
it.
podcaster.
And he
because
got
there's
one
nothing
view.
that
That's
you're
it.
doing that's different than
That's
what he's
it.
doing, except
the barrier of
attacking
entry
the
is what you're
audience.
saying.
Right.
The barrier of entry is
It's
no
the
longer
same.
It's the
right.
same
It's the same.
shit.
Meaning
It's the
you
same.
get your title
Yep.
the minute it's published. The
Yep.
minute I publish it, I am now official podcaster. It may not be on your level.
Right.
So the minute I make a beat and throw it on YouTube and say,
I'm a producer.
Official beats,
Yep.
come get this for Drake. Beats that sound like Drake, I am a producer now.
Let me say something stupid.
Word.
I am a producer now.
Word.
Hold on. Then Tracey Lee's a lawyer. The minute I win a case, even though this is all bullshit,
Yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
because that wouldn't happen. Can you just call yourself a lawyer now?
Niggas is calling themselves, women are calling themselves doctors.
Word. And that's a whole nother topic.
Niggas is calling
That's
themselves
a whole nother topic. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
for us, we were able to find and look in our studies and say, where can we go?
Yes.
It's not the only niggas we can go.
No, of course not.
We spoke to
Yeah,
what's the white boy that runs drink like we got, but it's like first for us is roots and culture.
Yep.
Okay.
Who's gonna bring that out? Whose audience brings that out? And then who can appreciate a man going from being a rapper from Howard University, becoming a rapper, and then,
Becoming a lawyer.
life, become a lawyer, a working lawyer, and then still able to go
Spit
back
bars.
and spit bars. And then attached to his man, who we both college educated. So the conversations can go everywhere.
different.
I'm a business.
Way
Shit with
different.
the business.
Chill with the
I own
Howard
business.
stuff, because
Yo, I know you. See, we just talked about that shit. We just talked.
Everybody gotta fucking relax with the vice and talk.
Yeah.
You see it.
Yeah.
Now you just forced me to put my
We
shit
did
on.
this purposely.
Now you forced me to put my shit on.
Morgan State
I wasn't even gonna wear this
Yeah,
shit,
Morgan
but now
State
I'm
in the
wearing
building.
it.
All right, so I'm gonna get to the question.
We
right?
threw Odell. I used to throw parties at Odell's. That's how I know.
Oh man, Gallery
Baltimore.
21 East.
Yeah.
I'm old too.
Yeah.
Anyway, yo, listen.
Shout out to B-Mo. My wife is
Howard
from Baltimore.
University, right?
Yeah.
What makes Howard so special that all of y'all came out that motherfucker, it seems like at the same time.
Yeah.
Y'all, Puffy, Mark Pitts,
Harv Pierre, Chris Latimer, Shy,
Marlon
Wayans,
Anthony Anderson,
Rodney
Rodney
Henderson,
Henderson,
went to Howard.
Taraji. No, Henry went to Hampton.
And then
Diggable Planet,
Chadwick Boseman.
And then what was crazy was at that time when because I came right behind y'all,
Right.
it was known, or it was a thing, which I didn't know because I was a basketball player first. A lot of people in the industry was in college first. It was college radio based.
Right.
It was an experience thing. You became a rep, and then you learn shit. It was like an intern on wheels.
Right, I get it.
On
That's hot.
steroids.
That's
right?
hot, yeah, that's
and
hot.
then
That's hot.
so it was a gateway. It's not like that no more, which we know of. But what was in the water that all y'all motherfuckers came out and then was pulling each other in with y'all?
It was the precedent was set way before us. Like you know, Howard historically, just they did their thing. Coming from where I'm from, Brooklyn, the allure to it and the lure of it was you're not gonna find a place with people from everywhere with the same mindset. Like it's a people coming together and the goal is all the same. We doctor, lawyer, engineer. I was, you know, people don't know this, but I was in school for medicine. I had a scholarship to go to school for medicine. I lost it because I got kicked out doing hood shit. So he's gonna be a lawyer. I was on my path to become a physician assistant and physical therapist. So you go there because you got the brains, but you go there and say, damn, you from Detroit, you from Chicago, you from here, you from here. Parents got money. They driving cars, and then some of us was from the 6th floor. But we all trying to get to the same place and pulling each other. So when I got there in '86, hip hop was still like, you know, we had Eric B. and Rakim and Public Enemy. We still kind of new at it. You know what I'm saying? And New York is the center. So we bringing the tapes, we bringing all that stuff there. So when I got there and I'm meeting Marks and Puffs and all these people, they bringing this personality, they bringing this perspective, they bringing this culture, but it's all, we want to win.
But were all y'all doing music at that time?
No. We like everybody was doing something different. For me, high school meant the end of rapping because I was going to get an education. But when I got there, the tapes are coming in. I can't get it out my head. So I'm still banging on tables. We still doing that. Me and China Black, Don Pooh's brother. We still rapping on campus.
Shout out to China.
Shout out to China.
China was at Howard too?
Yeah, Ron Lawrence. Ron Lawrence
Ron
is
was
there.
at Ron Lawrence,
Ron Lawrence is there. Yeah. So by the time Trey Lee come, we had a building called Blackburn. He comes. Me and China, we doing our thing. Ron is bringing Kid and Play. I'm down with Kane and Botch and Just Ice. And Puff got Heavy D and Albie Shaw and all them guys coming. So we converging on campus.
Was Guru there too?
Yeah.
He came later. He came later. 90s. He came in the 90s.
He came later, but he was there too.
Guru.
That's what I'm saying.
Eric Robeson came later.
Eric Robeson?
Yeah.
I ain't know Eric
Come on,
Robeson
man.
went to Howard
So,
too.
and that's the allure. It's like, you want to be great. Not to say none other HBCUs ain't great. All of them are great, but there's something about saying, if you go to Howard, look at the people that came from there. Look what they did. Not just graduated, you know, and got your diploma up with a cap. It's they went on to make marks, history, change the game, and still be associated. Like he can get on the phone, call Marlon right now. I can get a phone call Anthony Anderson right now, and we years apart. But that Howard thing, Chris Latimer made the ACA joints. What is it? What was it? African American College Alliance. ACA. Remember all that? That was Chris Latimer. That's Chris. He went to Howard. Right. So you know, Shy, the group went to. And if I ever fall in love, they went to Howard. So dog, it was just everybody had their own path. It wasn't like let's all do
Why
music.
is the camaraderie like that though with y'all? Like what is there something that they tell y'all when y'all come in? Is it a feeling? What is it? Is it a smell on? What is it that the camaraderie's there,
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Howard is we're very arrogant. We just know we the shit. I don't give a fuck where you go. I don't. You say HU. There's somebody out there that say you know. It's just it's a sense of pride. Again, arrogance. It's this lure, this aura that nigga. I went to Howard. You know what I'm saying?
And it just meant something.
And
it didn't mean I had to be cool with them, but why wouldn't I be?
And this is real shit. If I would have went there instead of Morgan State, I would have got an easier way into the game.
Maybe.
Because, I know
he definitely would have. Because of the network. It's the network.
It was a network there. It wasn't a network at Morgan State.
You had to build a network.
It was being built when I was out there.
And to me, that's the biggest, like aside from Harvard, Howard probably has the biggest network maybe at least amongst colleges in the world.
Oh, that's what just happened. You know what I'm saying? This just happened. We went to go visit my daughter right before we came in. My daughter's directing The Outsiders on Broadway. My daughter's directing The Outsiders. We walked in the room, right? She's meeting him for the first time. She grew up with him, but she didn't meet him for the first time. She met him as an adult. Again, boom, Howard. She went to Howard. We go in there. The older lady who works for my daughter went to Howard. And they both in there. The Howard shit, and assistant director on one of the biggest plays that has no end to it Howard University is in there.
And let me piggyback off of what you were saying. I think another part of that era that we came up in, it was the mid to late 80s. So you're talking about a generation that's now getting into entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying?
That
For
was
the
the
first
thing
time.
for us.
We were the
Yeah,
business
For the
dudes.
first time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got all of these people in different fields now, instead of, looking for the 9 to 5, if you will, and the degree to
Yeah,
get
the
out and
standard
find a
path.
job. Now we're trying to create our own situation. And that's when we start talking about putting people on, bringing people in, because you have to function whatever
Have to
you're
build
trying
a
to.
team.
Exactly. And so that's what that
The
is too.
entrepreneurial spirit
I
I
runs
think what's
through
it's
needed
Howard.
crazy.
when I hear stories like this, because they always give a different world the credit for like really galvanizing the HBCU.
But they put it on a national
Yeah,
stage.
but what I'm saying, hearing y'all stories, there should be a resurgence or a renaissance of like a TV series of the HBCU experience.
Just talked about that.
just-
We just talked about
But they
that.
trying to do.
What you
They
think?
bringing it back again, a different
different
world. They
world.
bringing
Nah,
it
but,
back again.
but not like that, bro.
Yeah.
Like what we
What we
the
talking about?
music industry, like what you went through,
Yeah.
with D-Dot and Tracey, is 3 different experiences. Even though
It is.
Yeah,
It is.
they
'Cause
need
I'm
to
older
see
than
that.
Trey.
Lighty
'Cause I'm
was
older
at
than
school
Trey.
with me. It was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Give me your path real quick. Just how you got from Morgan State.
I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. All right?
This is a crazy
my path was really, although I went to Morgan, it came through the ideals of niggas that went to Howard, like when Kenny Burns and Sabe Burnett, they had an influence on
Shout out to
guys.
them.
They didn't go to Howard.
No,
though.
but I'm saying
They was in DC.
They was in DC, yeah, they was in DC.
They was around
I'm saying
Howard.
the
Right,
influence.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just saying
yeah.
that's why I said
Oh, yeah.
the influence, right?
Right.
They influenced a guy named Kenny McAllister, who does a lot of stuff with Rihanna and them.
Right.
A guy named Bobby Jones and another guy named Marlon Powell. Right. They were from DC and they started throwing parties.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. That which is a DC thing, getting out there. Not a DC thing, but y'all college.
They was up on the Monty. Monty who
niggas
rock
was
with
throwing
Biz.
parties. Niggas was
Yeah.
building, throwing parties. Boom.
Right.
Kenny McAllister and them come to me and say, yo, you mad popular, you ain't playing basketball no more, you on Morgan State campus, we need the New York crowd to come to our party. We want to bring you in. I was like, nigga, I never did parties before. It don't matter, you popular, you got $400, it costs $1,600, you got $400, if you do, you win. I got $400, I'm in. I'm still a nigga trying to make some money. So they shit was, we not charging nobody to come in. The fuck? What you mean? How am I gonna make money? Nah. This ain't a party. This is the DC shit now. We not doing this for one time. We're doing this to build this up so we could get sponsorship.
Makes sense.
The fuck is y'all talking about? This is when I'm first being exposed to business.
You fresh behind it.
I'm 17 years old, a
Right.
freshman at Morgan State. I'm about to turn 18 in November,
Right.
right? Boom. Nah, we gonna let people in for free, and we gonna do this 2-3 times. I say, yo, bro, I'm poor. I can't just give $400
Every
away
time.
and
right.
not get it back.
and not get nothing back. I can't do this. So Randy, what you need us to do? I said, we need to charge $5. Let's do some cheap shit and be the cheapest party and have the best girls. We can get all the girls. We're gonna charge all the guys. And they was like, bet. I thought you never did this before. I'm not. I know how to get money though. What are you talking about? Boom. Party's a wild success.
Yeah.
They stopped doing it. I wound up putting $800 in. I had to get all my money back. They couldn't keep doing it. They wound up leaving school. Me and my girlfriend at the time, shout out to Keisha Hines. Me and my girl at the time, she came home with a magazine. Yeah, I ain't gonna believe who was in the magazine. Puff Daddy was in the magazine. She opens up the magazine. It was a vibe. It wasn't the famous vibe with him and Biggie. He had a story in it. It was source of something. And she read it and she said, this nigga is living your life right here. This nigga said he went to Howard and left and he's throwing parties and he did this.
Wow.
That's what the fuck you doing.
Wow.
You need to throw parties. You know what? I'm gonna get some money from my mom and dad and I'm gonna
Wow.
throw the next party with you.
Wow.
Gone after that. I started turning money over. Then I said, yo, I said, I saw Mark Pitts went from doing it to manager. I said, I'm gonna manage DJ. Mark know this shit. I told him that he don't believe me though. I be like, it's because of you. You're the nigga that made me want to be a manager. It was not Puff Daddy. I never wanted to rap. I never wanted to produce. You made me want to be a businessman and know creative.
Right.
It was Mark Pitts that had me do that. So I'm sitting up here like, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna start managing DJs. After I started managing DJs, Clue's girlfriend and my girlfriend at the time was roommate.
Right.
Clue knew me from Queens, but we didn't have a relationship. Them bitches put us together. Shout out to Keisha again. She did that too. Shout out to Dia Banks. She's D'Angela Sims now, who has Lobos Tequila and all of that stuff.
My is on HBC.
These are the people that I went to college with.
But Dia used to work for Puff.
Yeah, exactly. Dia was running all Puff shit, I know.
Dia worked for Puff.
But Dia went to Morgan State with us. Dia was throwing parties in DC after me. I gave her and Keisha and was it Tanya? It was her, Keisha, they whole crew. I gave them my party name. It was Causing Ruckus. I gave them my party name because I had a name, and I started Rampart Worldwide. And that's where that came from. So my whole journey was about connecting, and I didn't even know Clue fucked with me like that until he was shouting me out on mixtape. And I didn't know, because I was in Morgan State. They was like, yo, DJ Clue shouting you out. I'm like, he's not shouting me out. Well, who the fuck is Randy to go to Morgan State? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that would be me. So now I'm coming home with some call. Yo, can you get me on the Clue mixtape? But I'm still in college. After I graduated, no lie, it was Hard Knock Life Tour. It was 98, 99. It was Hard Knock Life Tour. Shout out to Ron Gutter. Ron Gutter was managing Ja Rule. Ron Gutter's my god brother.
But that's what you asked me.
Yeah,
He was
about
down.
Black.
He asked me about.
Ron Gutter's my god brother.
Cause you managed Black too, right?
Jay Black?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I managed Jay Black too. Yeah, I did. But all of that came later. Like,
See, he did the Howard shit. Like all of this shit is the same shit.
That's why I said if I would have went to that school, because nobody was doing that where I was at. Niggas was laughing, like not laughing. This nigga think he gonna make it. This nigga don't know nobody.
And that wasn't us out there.
Exactly.
Ours was, oh shit, they doing that. What could we do? You know what I mean? Dudes start throwing parties after me and Puff. Me and Puff was a Black Man Puerto Rican production, and he approached me. Because I was the wall, you know, I'm hanging on the wall with the weed and the dudes. Puffy doing the dancing, and he saw that we can combine, like how yours was. So he's the one that said, let's do parties together, and we end up doing homecomings and all
my
that other
crew
stuff.
did the same shit, which was 2 years after them.
Right.
We would Power Move. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Power Move. And we did the same shit. We threw parties.
Did y'all do that because of them? Because of seeing them do it?
I think it was all the same vibe. Like, I think we all fed off of what the energy was and what people, of course, we went to their parties. And of course, after they left, somebody got to throw the party for our network. You know what I'm saying? For our demo. So we started
they were still
doing
there. Guru didn't come to what?
and then
6
Guru
years
came
after me.
And 4 years after me.
Right.
So we pulled Guru into our crew. You know what I'm
How'd you
saying?
get your record deal?
I got that through Mark and him. You know what I'm saying?
I bought him the Mark.
Yeah.
Like, what was the process? So you knew he was rapping already? Did
Oh,
y'all
yeah,
tell
he was
the
rapping.
story?
He's rapping in school. They had a school.
So it
They had
was
a
a
crew.
situation where you had an idea, let's go back and get Tracey?
Yes, when Mark got his deal, Big is blowing up. I got records. Big is blowing up, and Mark got an offer at Universal to do his By Storm. At what's the name?
I forgot he had By Storm at first.
Universal.
I forgot he had
Right.
I forgot he had By Storm first.
I'm at bat. I said, yo, he needed an artist. I said, yo, why don't we go get Trey, the Howard connection, and he's nice. You know, he's like, all right, cool. So we went and got Trey, signed him. I was managing Trey. Mark signed him. And then of course I was going to do but he had a crew that was working. He already had his demo. And I just added on like 3 or 4 new songs, which was one of them was the theme. And then, you know, because of that relationship now, me and Mark are able to go into Big and say, what you think about our guy? You know what I'm saying? Big didn't have to do no song. You know, he didn't have to do it. He didn't do songs with every Junior Mafia member. He didn't have songs with everybody. Me and Mark sat in the car, me and Big doing our 1 2 1 2, and he listened to that nigga said.
But you knew Big was gonna fuck with it because you went to ball.
I didn't know.
You didn't?
No, because he didn't do records with everybody. Big didn't have records with C solo, Banger solo. He'd have a record with Nas.
Why?
He didn't have a record.
Why? Because he don't think that they was, well, not Nas, he didn't think they was on his level, you think?
Absolutely.
See, that's journalism.
Yeah,
See, that's you talking that shit. You learn how to be a journalist
you
doing
learn how to
this
ask
shit.
certain questions.
That's journalism.
That's right. So yes,
You know what I mean?
Yes, you have to look at Big in the totality of who he is. None of his niggas around him was nowhere close to as nice as him. Not one, but it didn't matter. But can I put out a solo record with me and Banger? Can I put out a solo record with just me and C's? When did it? Nah, not just yet. Not just yet. Did he have records with Nas? Did he have records
and we gonna get to everything, but
go.
What about him you think would give him that edge because niggas don't turn their niggas down. Niggas would be like, yo, I'm gonna get on it for this nigga. I know he ain't, you know what I mean, but what's it gonna hurt if I throw a record with C's? Why was he so serious about like, I'm not,
I don't know if he was so serious about it, but if we all sitting around, right? We all sitting around and we doing nothing. And I go out and all of a sudden I find a way to bring $100,000 into this room. Y'all don't really have many decisions on what I do with that money. Y'all in the room, but you can't start all of a sudden demanding. We cool, but you can't start demanding. Nah, this is my opinion of what you should do with that money. I'm gonna look at you and say, yo, homeboy, check this out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do something like that because I'm like, you don't get a say. So he brought a bag to the table. You don't get a say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You lucky to be here. Period. Because if you wasn't, what would y'all have been doing? Let's think about that. Let's extract Big and say, would they all have been making demos? Would they have been Junior Mafia? Would Kim be Little Kim?
That's a great question.
You know what I'm saying? So no.
That's a great question.
He didn't. It wasn't that I'm gonna
always
hold
like
y'all
that,
niggas
though.
down. It was like y'all move how I move.
Okay.
Stay chill, relax. I got this. But don't nobody jump out and be too froggy just yet. Don't jump out too froggy. Because I have to be exclusive first. I got to set this up a certain way before y'all come in and start demanding and asking and all types of carrying on.
What's in the sauce that all of y'all were that serious at such a young age?
We just talked about that
Because
shit. Just
you're
about
not
the age
understanding
of
what
making
you're
these
saying.
executive decisions.
Biggie was gone at 25 or
Yeah,
24.
25.
23.
Give
He
us
was
but-
24.
Oh,
23, 24. He wasn't
So,
25.
but
He
understand
didn't
what you're
make it to
saying.
25.
He didn't make it to
25.
25. He's 2 years younger than me, and I was 26 at the time. So
So
he was 24.
24. So for Tracey Lee to be on the path of a lawyer, right? And then he
We were all
stopped.
under 30.
But I wasn't even there yet.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
I wasn't even
But
thinking
you're
about
not
law
understanding.
school. Go ahead,
Right.
go ahead.
You're still in college.
You're in college
working towards your goal.
Where the tuition is expensive even by today's standards. It's still expensive.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
no cheap ride. And y'all 21, 22,
I didn't pay all my student
taking a
loans till
risk
2000.
nobody's ever seen or believed. And y'all not, everything I'm hearing, I'm like, these guys are 22.
Listen what I'm saying. And
doing shit that 40-year-old motherfuckers ain't doing.
Facts.
That's why I'm so mad at some of these things that are so focused on what didn't happen. If you look at us in our totality, I probably was the oldest in the room and I was only 27.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
Or Ron Lawrence might have been the oldest at the time. So I'm saying work backwards. Big as 19, 20 making these decisions.
Yeah.
That's why
why we asked the question.
Right.
bro.
So
Because the 20-year-old nigga said,
Yo, chill. I got the plan.
I'm not gonna
That's
rob with
unheard of.
these niggas. These my mans in them, bro.
But it's also
And he's a
because
boss
of that
maker,
connection.
so are you.
Because he's like, he got that idea because look who I'm surrounded by.
Yeah.
Look how they moving. Look how this dude is moving, like
Yeah.
you said. So it becomes a little easier for your executive decisions
'cause
when
Puffy
he's
ain't-
making executive
Puffy ain't
decisions.
doing whatever.
He's making the
D-Dot not doing whatever.
And here's another question.
It's not doing
We're not
whatever.
giving y'all credit for.
Right. I appreciate it. No, actually, I agree with you.
Every
Thank
man
you.
in here, looking at y'all, let me go through this. Y'all egos is through the roof. Not like you're egotistical.
Right.
To get to where you at. How is it now all these ego-driven men can work together? That's amazing.
And I said because we were achievement and goal driven. And again, my man, I don't give a fuck about all that shit going on.
Puff
when you sit
Daddy.
in the room with Puff,
Puff Daddy.
and he's able to articulate,
He was the leader, bro.
if you're able to articulate a pot that's over there, and not only articulate what's going to be there, how we're going to get there, the paths of obstacles that's going to be on our way, and here's the plan on how we'll get through some of it.
That nigga's
Some of
an
it
ill
we're going to
nigga.
learn on the fly.
Yo, you
Some of it-
you
some of
be
it-
killing them all
Trial and
because
Trial and error.
that's what they want.
Right.
That nigga's the ill nigga. That nigga pulled me aside. He said, Randy, let me ask you a question. How good is this product? I said, yo, this shit, it's fire. It's trash.
Right.
Why is it? What the fuck you mean? But you know when I was younger.
Right. You was
I'm like,
fire. He get
yeah,
ready.
like, the
He get
fuck
ready to
you
play.
mean by
Yeah.
it's trash? What the fuck you talking about?
Yeah.
He said, because nobody knows about it.
Right.
He said,
Woke his ass right up.
He said, Randy, what's the most important thing, the money, the marketing, or the deal? I said, the deal. No, it's not,
it's
nigga.
not, nigga.
It's the marketing, nigga. He said, they gonna spend 3 times on the marketing,
Yep.
then than what they are gonna do on the deal. I said, what the fuck you talking about? So if you get 500,000, you want 1.5 million to market your product, nigga.
That's a fact.
He said, don't worry about it. You a G, but I'm the OG, nigga.
I got it.
I got you.
I got you.
But that's the part that a lot of us, especially cats, you know, even cats that came out of college or cats coming from the inner city, they get into this business. You don't understand that it's a business yet. Because you still relying on your talent, you still relying on how nice you are on the
You're
mic.
on your own dick.
You still relying about, you know, how fire your beats are. You don't really understand the business.
When did you know?
Nor do you want to.
Nor do you want
Nor
to.
do you
That's
want
the
to.
key.
Nor do you want
Why
to.
don't we-
Because then that takes away from the fun.
Yes.
I gotta read all this shit and I talk about all this shit. Fuck
Yes.
out of here, man.
Yes.
I'd rather just go, come on,
Yes.
man. I don't want to do all that
Yes.
shit.
But you know who was reading that motherfucker? Puff Daddy was reading that shit.
Puff Daddy was not reading it.
He was studying it.
He wasn't reading it. He was. Let me tell you what
Okay.
Puff's experience and my experience, because I was in the game prior to him with Two Kings of the Cypher. Our experience was, how bad can it be if I perform? Just think about that for
I'm
1
gonna
second.
renegotiate.
Not a renegotiating
Okay.
thing. It's like there has to be some type of opening. Every door is not going to be closed in these contracts. There has to be some type of opening.
Oh,
all right?
I get it.
I may not get the lion's share, but it's
like
going to
that.
be an opening.
That
If
nobody saw.
Right. If I exploit that opening and able to create more paths of income for myself that have nothing to do with this contract, that contract going to
What's
come
the
and go.
opening would be? What could the opening be?
Something people dismiss. Like when people didn't understand what in perpetuity meant.
Or I'll give you a perfect
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Let's say Puff.
Great word.
Let's say
Great
Puff
word.
was a A&R, right, at a company, and he signed a regular contract. So here's where the hustle may come in. The hustle may come in and say, I'm gonna direct this video, or I'm gonna style it, and I'm gonna go get the check for being a stylist, or I'm gonna get to direct the video. Nothing in my contract says you get to touch that, or you get to boom.
You know what you said?
You know what I'm saying?
Marking up the contract. Remember when they sent that contract, and then you and the lawyer said, this is our opening here. This is the opening where we're gonna make our extra 50,000. They left this open, and then they had to.
It was just like with math shit.
It's just math, right?
Once math.
Oh, I thought
stopped,
you said it's math,
No,
my
but
bad.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Once math stopped paying us,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm a free agent.
Right. So now let me create the opportunity
There you
for me to
go.
not to be a free agent
Yeah,
no more.
there you
For
go.
niggas to come because, and that's what we did.
And that's how we got.
So some of us didn't want to. So we didn't care about the
didn't
contract.
care about that.
Some, not
Nope.
us, but some of us
I
said,
thought y'all was reading.
I'll
You know what's
brave
interesting
through that.
about that? Rick Ross literally sat down and said the same thing. He said, I don't care about the contract if it's fucked up. I'm gonna make it work for myself.
And then I'll
Yes.
come back and fix it
Fix
once
it.
my
He said
power
the exact
comes.
word for
Once
word,
my
Tracy.
power
You gotta
comes.
get the leverage.
If you have the ability, the
To do
leverage
that.
to do that.
Yes.
Not everybody can do it, but in reverse, some people read it and didn't care, and it came back to bite them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you? So,
Right.
and fast forward, all of that is to say why we're here now.
Of course.
Meaning all those experiences, ups and downs, being around, like I said, I'm always, in one of the records I said, I'm always gonna bet on my friend. I'm always gonna bet on him. Why? Because we're from the same cloth. We all have our ups and downs, but Law and Disorder, why we came together, is a culmination of all of those
All
things.
of that.
Our business,
Yep.
this man became a lawyer. I own buildings, restaurants as a result of the other hustle because I wasn't trapped in that producer-only contract or that artist-only contract. And every time somebody came around, you or whoever, I was like, oh shit, this nigga has something to offer. To answer your question from a long time ago, your question, it was our open-mindedness to each other. Allowing
Facts.
someone who I don't know, his ideologies, his personality, to come into my cipher,
Right.
and I'm not intimidated by it. Matter of fact, I want it. I want to learn
That part.
from you
From
because
you.
there's something, there's this
That
glow
part.
that each one of us has. I think that's what made us unique, that we didn't automatically put up our wall so it's just another nigga. This nigga,
Was
nigga.
there a leader? Was there a
Nah.
leader of the pack, or was everybody their own boss?
Everybody was their own boss. Like the Puff Daddy you know today was not the same Puff Daddy
Daddy
at
back
Howard.
then, yeah.
No way.
Definitely not my crew.
Yeah,
you know, my
definitely not.
crew.
Yeah.
Everybody thought that they was.
Yeah, that
fucking-
was one of our issues.
Yeah,
but I'm
exactly.
saying, for most part, everybody recognized when it was somebody else's time to drive.
Okay. That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's
That's
your-
deep
yeah,
because
yeah.
people don't accept when it's another nigga
Time to drive. It's your time to drive. You doing the 2:30 in the morning to the 7 o'clock. I'm gonna sleep in the back because this is where you shine at.
That's what makes a great team.
That's what makes a great team. So we weren't allowed. We weren't like Biggie always tell a story how we used to tell Puff, get out, son. Because you're not allowing us the space that me and Dot or me and Mace or the Lox need to do us, and then you critique it. If you come in and tell us all the ingredients, you might as well just cook it.
Make it yourself.
Just make it yourself.
Interesting.
I never heard that.
Make it yourself. So I think our open-mindedness to each other, to the fact that we knew you wouldn't be here if you didn't have something to bring to the table.
Right.
And we recognize sponges from the door, meaning leeches. You walk through the door, you wearing that shit, you could go. You know what I'm saying? We knew that from the door.
That's the one thing I always said, because I had a cousin that worked at Bad Boy, working at the studio and everything. And he always said Puff could always see the opportunist. He'd look, he'd be like, you're not working.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, that's an opportunist.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a worker.
Yeah.
That's not a person
When a
that's gonna
nigga
make
gets
it.
up
So when you
before
said that,
you-
it triggered that memory.
When a nigga who's making $1 million+ gets up before you and goes to bed after you gotta question your work ethic. Like, what am I doing? Calling meetings, doing whatever. And like I said,
This nigga.
there was a tone.
It reminded me of a story when you was doing the cat shit, and he would come in the studio when you had the shit. How am I up? And everybody, the motherfuckers be sleep in the studio, sleep on the couch. He would leave.
But Puff is a robot to me. I don't know how he stays up like that.
I did. It was drugs. But that won't keep it 100.
This is why you're gonna clip that right
No, you ain't
there.
gonna clip that. Listen.
No, I don't mean clipping. I mean
Listen,
clipping and
Listen, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, and all these niggas, they go at each other. This is what it is. That's my friend.
Yeah,
I tell him his breath stink to his face. I tell him his breath stink to his face. I'm one of them niggas.
That's his
Yeah,
real friend.
you ain't that savage, nigga, when you getting up. Don't tell me you ain't throw a couple of them joints in there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come on, son. Everybody pops a no-do. Pops a no-do.
Tell him trade secrets. Trade secrets.
He's telling us.
Yeah, trade secrets. Give it away.
So Red, that's what you was doing too?
No, nigga. Some niggas is doing a pack of Red Bull.
Nigga pop. Like, I'm gonna be up to the ball. I'm making it to the ball. That's it, man.
Yeah.
Let me chill.
But
good.
Tracy, in an industry where people always feel like lawyers finessed them out of their deals or contracts or didn't tell them, like, when you were seeing all this paperwork, were you aware already? Like, whoa.
Nope.
Wow.
Not at all.
When did you learn?
Shit, after I got dropped. After I got
The
dropped.
effect of the scars.
Yeah.
You know how the scar comes, it's like, oh, that kind of hurts. You know when you first get scratched, you're like, oh, this is like, then
And
a
then
day later, you're like, yo, that's what
The
happened.
residue.
That's the residue of them scars.
Yo.
And
I
that's
mean-
what separated us.
Yeah, and I went back home, like, real rap. I went back home to my mom's crib, and, I'm staying in there. She had the attic kind of, not plushed out, but in bed and all that shit. And I'm back there for 6 months. And then 6 months, she said, all right, you gotta get out of here.
What were you thinking about while you was there?
What the fuck I'm gonna do next? I'm still wanting to be an MC, I'm not a little bit, very bitter. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I ain't get a fair shot. All this other shit.
Mad at all of us.
Mad at everybody.
Mad at all of us.
Mad at him, mad at Mark, mad at all.
Universal,
mad at the business,
everybody.
Everything. You know what I'm saying? So, but then my mom was like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't care where you go, you just gotta get out of here.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But that was the beginning of me finding this path to going to law school. You know what I'm saying? A lot of prayer, I'm very spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Just, questioning a lot of things, and then,
What was that like going to law school, knowing people know your face? Was there time in between?
I mean, it was 2 years.
That's
They
not a
stood
lot.
in your face.
Oh, they did. No, I'll give you a story. Here you go. So I'm in Atlanta. I'm living with my brother at the time, and then I went and got a job at this place called Aaron's. Aaron's.
I'm familiar with
Aaron,
Aaron.
Aaron.
Yes, everybody. we try. I live downtown.
You know what I'm saying?
Get your bookcase from Amazon.
Whoa. So I'm working at Aaron because I got to get some bread. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
So I'm moving this couch into somebody's apartment down there. And I'm moving the shit in there, and the dude is like, yeah, just put it over there. And BET is on. And
No way. The video comes on.
promise you,
No
on
way.
on everything. The video comes on. See, these are these moments, and I'm like, none of this shit is an accident. All this shit is meant. So he's watching this shit, smoking an L. And the nigga looks at me. He looks at the TV, looks at me, looks back at the TV, looks at me, he's like, hold up! What is you doing in here? Nigga, your video's right here. What are you doing? So I was like, roll up some weed, I got a story to tell. Nigga, I sat right next to the nigga, started puffing the L. And
while you're on the clock?
While I'm on the clock. Like, yo, and I broke down the whole shit. And then after he was like, yo, you the realest nigga I ever met. You on this shit, now you moving furniture and all. So I was like, nigga, life don't stop. You gotta figure this shit out. And so
Did you go through depression?
Nah. And I credit my mother and my family for that shit. Like, you know, they built a strong enough foundation where, like, again, I'm very spiritual. I see God for everything. So that did not allow for depression per se.
Strong mentally then.
Yeah, no doubt. Because I always look at life like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out. No matter how low the shit get, no matter how high the shit get, you gotta figure it out if you want to continue on. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really depression. It was, you know, something's going to happen. I just don't know what it is, but just stay steadfast in what you're doing, and then it'll reveal itself. And that's what happened.
We got a song on the album called Brotherly Love on the Lord Disorder album that explains a lot of that. Explains because he blamed me, blamed Mark, you know, so it wasn't depression, might have been a little anger, might have been a little,
Definitely anger.
you know, revenge type. I gotta prove myself.
But why did he blame you? And what I mean, it's
easy.
You gotta blame
You gotta blame
no,
somebody.
but think about it. Like, you got him the deal, right?
Right.
But now you said you're the oldest, right?
Right.
I like to work through these things for other people who's gonna go through this exact situation and don't make the mistake of y'all not being brothers for a while.
Right.
So when I asked why did he blame you, it's almost like, hey, you brought him in. Where was the misunderstanding of why it didn't work out for you and why you couldn't keep helping him?
Well, let's start from the beginning.
Great question.
He had his own attorney and lawyer.
Which he always says to do.
Right, he had his own. So I wasn't advising him through the contract.
Gotcha.
So he had his own attorney.
Yeah.
I was still new at managing, so it wasn't like I had this tremendous amount of history managing. My only real experience was Mary J. Blige. So
That's a big experience.
I'm going to tell you why as soon as he finished.
All right. But then, and this is just from my perspective, from then, there was just a lack of education on all of our sides. I didn't know that I should have kept in contact with his lawyer and him to go through it with him, because in my mind, you get a lawyer, he's smart enough, he went to college, y'all handle yours. You know, I don't have to be involved in that. And then my relationship with Mark Pitts almost on the surface looks like the typical, we gonna get this nigga. So on the surface, that's how it looks. But he realized at the end, I was fighting for him more. Me and Mark ended up not speaking because I was like, why don't we switch? Why don't you manage him? Let me be the production company and let me produce him, because I was more. Yeah. So he realized later, but later was too late.
And the bigger thing for me was, I met these guys in college.
Yeah, these my brothers.
19, 20, this my man. So I'm thinking, in the business, it ain't no different, this my man. And it's different. You gotta separate. You gotta separate the business from the personal. And that's the shit that I didn't know.
That's hard to do.
And his team didn't know.
And
my team didn't know. So
exactly.
it was him and the team.
And it was a lot of us. R&F, Power Move, it was a lot of us.
Yeah, at least
and
a
we
dozen.
all felt the same way.
At least a dozen.
You know what I'm saying? So that really was the thing, is, at least for me personally, why would my man do that?
So let me ask you this,
let
man.
me go down this path and not look out,
You said you're not bitter and you didn't have depression. However,
I was bitter, I didn't have depression.
No, but what I'm saying is now there's a separation, and your man right here, D-Dot, the mad rapper, the biggest producer, and you're watching everybody else of that circuit go up. How are you keeping your sanity together, seeing that they're making it happen in real time?
You know what it is? Because I didn't, okay, I always wanted to be regarded as one of the nicest niggas of all time, but I didn't value the spotlight like that. Shit was, and I had very few.
You never felt left behind?
Nah, because there was very few niggas that I attached myself to in this business. That's why that shit cut so deep, because my mans was my mans before we got in this, and these niggas that's in here ain't really my mans. I just see you for what you are. So the lure of the fame and all this other bullshit, it really wasn't attractive to me.
Gotcha.
As long as I had my peoples with me, as long as RNF was with me, Power Move was with me, Dot was with me, I didn't give a fuck about the camera and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And there's another factor that's real. He wasn't responsible for where we were at. There's some guys that could say, I'm the reason why some of these dudes start moving and then everybody moves and leaves you behind. You ever get those feelings? We were already moving. We were already moving. So brought him in, it didn't work out, so he was able to kind of get off the train as the train was still moving. You see what I'm saying to you? That's what I'm saying. We picked him up at a stop.
Right.
He didn't stay on the train the whole time. He got off at a certain stop. That's kind of how I can equate it in most simple shit like that.
Do you think that Biggie's death had to do with the derailment or not putting stuff into the money or the attention because of everything that was going on into your career?
Absolutely.
If Biggie wouldn't have passed, God rest his soul, I wouldn't have became a lawyer. I know that for a fact.
And he was the opening for the tour, which people didn't know. He was the opening act for the tour. The tour was already set up. It was Big, J, you know, what they call that? We was gonna do the commission.
Songs on the project.
I don't never do this, but I just saw Trey staring off thinking about it just now. I just saw him he went back to the point of when Biggie died and he knew.
We were there. We were out in LA. We were there that day. We were there.
Was there that
Big
night.
fucked with him after they got to know each other. He was at the album release party. There's pictures of them online. Big fuck with him. So when Mark and Puff and Wayne and everybody was planning the tour, before Big died, remember, you got to do all this ahead of time because you got to have 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Trey was the opening act. We were getting ready to stomp the yard, if you know what I'm saying. So the death, it affected everybody. It affected our movements. Puffy's album is called No Way Out because of Big's death. It was called what? Hell Up in Harlem,
Hell Up in
The
Harlem.
Goodfellas. I went to him, he was talking about quitting. I told the story. I was like, dog, you can't quit. I didn't come all this far to come this far. For real, I'm tired. I used to be a rapper. I had the same story with him. When I left Two Kings in the Cypher in the 90s, I had to go work at Mega Evans bookstore. I'm in there selling people books, Franz Fanon and Eat to Live. I'm selling the books. And dudes was like, yo, wasn't you on video music? Didn't I just? Yeah, that was me. Buy this book, please. Can you get up out of here, please?
And back to your
saying?
point, but see, you got to be built a certain way to be able to go back into, let's say, to be a civilian, right?
I was a
After-
civilian.
Different, man.
A lot of niggas in this game can't handle that.
That's why the fuck I asked you, nigga.
They can't handle that.
You coming from the music business and you throw the nigga into a job
They can't handle it. They can't handle
That's
it.
like them stock market
Word.
niggas. Yo,
Yeah.
it's
Word.
never,
Commit
niggas
suicide.
never recover
They
from
could-
the music business,
That's
bro.
all ego,
Yeah,
bro.
that's all ego.
That's a
That's
whole
What did I
all
say
ego.
earlier?
That's all ego.
To be where we're at,
Yeah.
Is that ego?
It's all ego.
Yeah,
Is that
no.
ego? Or is that understanding and getting a chance to feel the good life? You come up poor, you get the good life, and now it's gone.
That's still ego.
Well, we also, because we never learned maintenance. The key to success is not getting it, because most hustlers can go
Maintaining
get
it.
it.
Yeah.
It's how you maintain it.
Yeah.
How do you maintain
You can get it. We can all get it.
Maintaining
I think
is
we've
the
all
hard
had it.
part.
That's the hard part.
Maintaining is the hard part.
That's the hard part.
And I think, answer your questions and
you know
talking
why
about,
it's tough?
that was part of our circle too. Not, obviously there's stories with people that got richer.
Yeah.
But the premise was, no man left behind.
Yeah.
I like.
To a certain degree.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
Give everybody opportunity to get some money.
Or keep it when you get it. Figure out how to maintain it. Don't be the guy that
Don't lose
blew
that
yours,
question. You was about
and now
to
you're
say
looking to all of us to supplement that for you because you didn't do it. So we would actually be like, yo, maybe you need to, or we'll recommend this accountant to you, or recommend this person to help your money. You know,
'Cause you
like back
spending-
in-
'cause you spending
you're
too
spending
much.
too much. Like I used to, when I first got money, I used to go to my pops, because my pops is one of them frugal, he don't spend $1. Your dad hold this for me. Because I know it wasn't going nowhere. Your dad hold this for me because I'm going to blow it on this chick. She gonna get this whole 15.
That's financial. But that's financial literacy, right?
But here's the
She
thing.
gonna get this whole.
The music,
Yeah.
the music and entertainment business is not real life.
That's a fact.
So when
But
we
you
talk
think
about,
it is because of your power,
No,
because of your status, because of the way people bend for you, because of the no's become less.
That's
The
That's
no's
entitlement.
become
No,
less.
That's not
but
our
that's
that's
entitlement.
entitlement for our work.
Yeah.
That the years you spent at Howard,
Right.
where that tuition was that money.
Right.
And you're 24, 25, 27. You're not even 30.
Not even
Niggas 30 can't even do what you've done. And you've done, a 30-year-old would have to take 60 years to do what you did in 5 years. So when we come back to,
And we were parents. Some of that were kids.
Oh, shit, I didn't even throw that in there.
I'm a father.
My daughter,
I'm a father.
I wasn't-
You know what I'm
the same year my daughter was born, I was 28. I paid off my school loans. I got two
That's not
checks.
even real.
I got
not even real.
I got a check for 100 off of Yummy, and then I got another 50, 60K
Right.
off of her for the publishing
Tracy
deal.
Lee,
Then I
as
got another
a lawyer,
70K for
how
rock,
many
nigga.
people pay off their student loans before 40?
They still ain't paying them off.
They still
He
ain't.
did it before 30.
Yeah, I
told
was
him,
like
you know-
27. I was
Right.
20 or 27.
Right.
My bad.
And I
We
told
was
him-
already parents. 95,
I think it
94.
took me till I was
got
33.
kids. Puff got
See?
kids. Stevie J
And
got
that's still
kids.
not real.
That's still
Big
not
got
real.
kids. And we
Everybody
still
got-
all under 30. We
That was my
got kids
first
we
one.
raising.
Second one, law school. I ain't pay that shit off until
But
2 years ago.
but the life, even this, yeah.
2 years ago, my nigga.
Word.
But this lifestyle is not real life. The money we spent on dinner, just one dinner on a random Monday, is somebody's paycheck
Yeah.
for 7 days, including overtime.
But they don't live, but
that's
respectfully.
not real, Esso.
But respectfully,
What's up, E?
they could have put their life on the line and grinded.
That's true.
They could have built a team together. They could have explored their
Sacrifice.
creative
That's
side.
the word.
They could have
Sacrifice,
sacrificed. They
sacrifice.
could have went through the door even when your parents were saying, yo, Dot, yo, Trey, you smart. You really want to do this music shit, but it's in my bones.
Right.
Yo, they could have did that.
Right.
They chose not to do none of these things. They chose to go to school. They went to the same college that I went to. Okay? They watched me build. I didn't just throw parties. I was managing DJs. I was dropping mixtapes. I was swerving.
And
They
going to
watched
class.
me. And going
to class.
And
Wow.
don't forget, I
forgot about
graduated.
We
I
forgot
graduated.
about class.
You went to
No,
school
no.
for
I
what?
didn't just go. I graduated with a major
Yeah.
and a minor.
Yes.
I got
Wow.
2 degrees in
Wow.
5 years.
Yes. There
you go.
And still did that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's applaud.
So
That's
if
applause.
they wanted to go get it, I'm hungry still.
Right.
That's what everybody knows about me. Like,
That's a choice.
I tell niggas, I want to, no matter where we're at right now, I want to be number one. That's what I aspire to.
So
And
imagine in
every
a
day,
room of 20 people like that.
Like
wanna
that.
be
Wanna
number
be
one.
number one.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's
Exactly.
what it was. That's what it was.
So like you transitioning to being a lawyer, like how? I got lawyers in my family, so it's a different mentality. Like how eye-opening is that? Because now you went through it as a music talent, and you're seeing everything. You're like, whoa.
I mean, I think for me it's a little different. Like, I think my whole, again, God put me in a certain space that is just a unique type of situation. Because again, we still making records and shit like that, but I can see it from a person that's trying to get in the game from a perspective that the average lawyer can't see it from. You can't. You've never been in my position before. You've never been an artist. You've never been in front of the camera. You've never been in the studio. You never made records with Dot. You can't. Another lawyer can't see it from that side. You know what I'm saying? But then I can give you the legality spill and what's going on from that perspective as well, and be able to translate that into a language that the artist can understand from a practical sense.
What's your specialty? Like
Entertainment.
entertainment. So you ever been around certain rappers and you was like, this ain't it?
Yeah, what?
Like how was that conversation?
It is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's,
He called me one time. I
He
was
just
like,
had a moment. He's like, yeah, what?
Yeah, it's
it's mind-boggling,
It's
bro. Go
mind-boggling.
ahead. I mean,
Nah,
but, okay,
nah, you
so
go ahead, go.
remain nameless. This one young lady wanted me to look at her contract and tell me, break it down, Trey, and tell me what's what. I broke it down. I said, don't sign this shit. Okay. Goes back to the person she wants to sign with. Well, me and him are good friends, and I think we could still, I'm telling you, don't sign this shit. And I'm breaking it down paragraph by paragraph, line, item by line item. Long story short, she winds up signing it.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course.
And that's because of the naivety. Again, we go back to when we were artists. We just want to get on. That's the whole premise of the vote.
And like, it gotta be a loophole in there
Hopefully,
somewhere.
hopefully.
But,
Let me tell you about
hold on, but here's the ironic thing. She signs the shit a week or two. You think you could get me out of this contract? Because I said, are you serious? Are you serious?
Are you serious? Yeah.
So, what
ink,
not
ink,
gonna
ink
do?
ain't even dry yet. Ink ain't even dry
I was
yet.
like, you gotta sit on that shit for at least a year
And let me tell you something about
before the option
entertainment.
comes up.
For these lawyers, right? Part of him being a lawyer that works is when you're in law school, there's no class on empathy. There's no class on emotions. There's no class on I have to feel for you and your plight.
Right.
So Edwards and Reggie and Londell's, technically, a lot of us went to them because we thought they were a little bit more sympathetic or they could understand the plight of the black man or the black woman and the music business. No, they particularly did, he does, but the mistake we make with lawyers in general, black, white, blue, and different, is that they're on your team and they have the same investment that you do, so they're reading it the same way. I know a lawyer who's an executive now that he literally used to read the first page and the last page.
That sounds like my kind of guy.
And tell artists to sign it.
Why? Oh, I wouldn't do that.
He's working to this day.
Most of them do work like that because they don't want to fight with the artist. They don't
They
want to
wanna
fight
know
with
why
the
they work
label.
like
They don't
that.
want to fight with
the
their
label.
label.
Hold on. They're
Hold on.
cool.
You want to know why they work like that? There's a YouTuber. He used to be a lawyer. His name is the lead attorney. He said,
I know who that is.
Yeah, he said the
he is.
one thing law school never teaches you, and you taught me this inadvertently, they don't teach you how to get money.
Nah.
And he's like, you got to look a motherfucker in the eye and say it's 15,000, even when you don't have it and you need it. So when I hear the stories, I'm like, damn, they taught Tracey Lee everything except how to get the money. You could be a great lawyer and don't know how to get a client.
But look at what the Brooklyn Babs told when she was signing with the Puffy shit. She said, when she went to the lawyer said, don't sign it. He said, you'll be famous,
They'll make you a star, yeah.
but you're not gonna be paid.
He signed anyway.
Signed anyway.
Yeah.
So if I'm a lawyer, this is what I know. I'm a manager. I'm a manager. I don't be one to tell these niggas the bad news neither. That's why I'm glad.
No, it's an art form.
Yo, listen, the only person I still deal with their business is Clue, right? And even though it's etched in stone, we be knowing what's going on, blase, blah. When it's some bad news, they paid us mad thousands of dollars. They brought us to Detroit, and they said we can't pay for your plane flight, and we only gonna give you 2 rooms, right? Now they gave us way more money than we normally get. I said, this motherfucker's still gonna be mad, right? Motherfucker's still gonna be mad. I would have rather you given me our regular price and paid for the room and the travel. We would have made less money, but he would have felt better.
Yeah.
When I called him and said, yo, you know what I'm saying? They gave us the price. Yeah, but
There's a but.
they don't pay for plane tickets. All right, well, because he likes to fly first class. He got to fly first Clizzy anyway. And he's a techie. So he got points over here. He's gonna use it here, and it's gonna be $12. So that's good. I said, but they only got 2 hotel rooms. What the fuck I'm gonna do with that? Well, I'm gonna stay in the room with the security nigga. You take the suite. We gonna get the double bed. Nah.
Grown ass man.
Nah, you and me. Nah, you bunking. They gotta know. And I'm not paying. I'm sitting there the whole time. I said, I should have never told this nigga.
Right.
I could have just told the security dude.
Right.
And everything
It
would have been fine.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I understand why lawyers don't want to battle with somebody because you know what the artist only sees? We know what they only see. The dollar amount.
That's it.
They don't see the options, the albums. They say 30K. Y'all never had 30K before. Yo, bro, that shit gonna be gone in 3 weeks.
They also see the
How?
fame too. They also see the fame.
I agree with you,
the
Trey.
cloud fame.
That fame is delicious in their mind.
That's the drug.
Yeah.
More than the money?
Yes.
I think so.
Yo, I'm so naive because everybody keep telling me this, and I'll be like, I'll tell him,
It's the
everybody
fame.
in this motherfucker know right here. If he was a bigger star than me,
It's
and
the
I
thing.
was making money, I don't give a fuck about being popular.
Me and you are the same. You are in the minority, but you can go to your social media and you can tell it's the fame. Because motherfuckers just looking at how many likes they get.
Yep.
They get high off the likes.
All of that.
No money in their pocket, but the likes. I got
But here's the
5,000
thing.
likes. Nigga, I'm jumping off the like.
You
nigga,
get to a certain point though, it do start turning into money. Now that's a very rare exception. Though.
But they don't
Turning
understand
into
that.
money like water into wine.
They don't understand that.
There you go.
They don't understand
There
that.
you go, Trey.
They don't understand that it turns into money.
Nah.
They just looking at the likes.
No, because he'll tell me, he'll call me, and Graham, I'm thankful that you picked up, but I normally don't give a fuck about the gram, right? And he'll call me like, yo, your shit did 100,000 views in 8 hours. I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not
But you know
making no
why?
money.
Let me tell you why.
That's me.
That sound like me too. I
don't
said,
give a
Trey,
fuck.
we up to 60, 70,000 views on this shit, and I didn't get a nickel yet, nigga.
Not yet.
Where the fuck is the nickel at?
But you know what it does? All right, there be times I have a lot of shit circulating, right? And people drag their feet. So I'm like, all right, cool. Post a couple of pictures, all of a sudden, within 20 hours, a flurry of money.
He's right.
Yo, that only happens
That's why
for me,
you
though.
see me look at God and say,
Only for me, though.
I know I didn't normally care about the Instagram, but I understand.
Because you know why?
But you gotta know how to monetize it.
That's that part.
Tracy Lee is saying.
But
That's the part.
Tracey Lee, to his fairness, right? He's always said this to me. Ain't an insult. You're the only nigga that gets away with getting a lot of shit doing nothing. Versus when I try it, it don't work. He'd be like, yo, you just chill, you'll throw a random post and $7,000 comes.
Well, the algorithm
I'm sorry,
is
say that
random.
again?
I'm just like,
listening?
Let's receipt. It says $7,000, nigga. First of all, my phone ain't in my hand all the time. So my fingers, I'm typing shit. I
don't want to live life like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I gotta type it. I fuck it up 17 times. I'm copying and pasting. I put it on there. I post it. Ring. $7,000? I don't even get 7 cents. I don't even see. So yes, I'm one of the people at almost 60 years old that don't know how to turn water into wine yet.
You doing it right now. People are gonna sit there.
I've been trying to tell you.
You're doing
when
it
I
right
say
now.
Do it
Tracy,
monthly. I'm trying to help you. But
do what monthly?
I'm telling you.
Be
I'm telling you.
visible.
And then what?
I'm telling you.
And then what? It just rolls in?
No, bro.
Because if that's the case, I can knock this out with one time. Let me just get down, pull my shit down, whack, nigga, and let's turn this shit into 17 million. I mean, please make me understand this shit.
Yo.
Is there really that science to it? Just be in front of the camera, nigga? Like, let's talk about it. I really...
Because people are in rooms and they're doing other things.
Right.
Because you're consistently on their feed.
There you go.
That's what I was just telling you this afternoon.
But when you do a run, this is what goes on. When you do a run, you're not consistently on the feed. How I'm telling you is.
Right, I know that.
It's the
I know that.
consistency. If I'm doing it monthly, if I'm coming here, boom, then I see you here, boom, then I see you here, boom. I got you. You're on my radar now.
Let me
tell you something.
Always
but then you get a nigga like me, when I see it gets skipped.
Yeah, but
it gets skipped.
But you're not the only nigga on earth.
So then who am I for? Listen
not
to
the
what
only
you're saying.
nigga on
So then
earth.
who am I for? If I'm older, then who am I for?
You're creating for the consumer. You're
What
not
consumer?
the consumer.
What consumer?
The musician, the older guy. That
But he
fucking
just said, I'm older, so I'm not gonna view Ray J.
But you're not the only one on earth, bro.
I am. Listen to this.
I am.
Tracy, the reason I'm asking Tracey Lee about certain things about the music industry, there's no lawyer that speaks about the entertainment business.
Right.
So guess what's going to happen after this interview? Can we pay you to talk about why Finesse 2 times is
Monetization,
getting
baby.
finesse? Now, because he's a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
See, they
Speaking engagements, all kind of shit.
See, because let's say,
And I'm saying to y'all, listen, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
How long you been seeing me on TV doing something like this?
but you off and on.
You off
But
and
yeah,
on.
you don't even like doing this shit.
But why? It's because there's a set of people that don't want to hear it all the time.
But you don't-
They like the specialty of
Talk
it.
to
They
this
like
man.
the uniqueness
No,
of
you're
it.
beyond that.
Talk to this man.
beyond that.
You know what? Before Puffy went to his shit, when he was dropping the Love album, right?
Right.
He was in the studio with me and Clue at Power 105, and he was like, yo, this playlist shit, I don't fuck with this playlist shit, yo. It's a nigga in North Dakota determining what the fuck I'm doing, so I don't like this shit. Yo, bro, it just changed. The same, instead of paying all those niggas, you paying this nigga.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
You just used to it being Z100.
Yep.
Power 30405, nigga. No, this is it now.
Yep.
This is Power 305. See, then the thing with Power 305 here is, if D-Dot says one or two things, that's gonna last forever.
Yep.
Put that over here, right? Why is that important that lasts forever? Because these people that do these platforms, they're gonna see it and they're gonna recognize it.
Yep.
So now D-Dot can say, all right, I'm coming on January. I'm selling a cologne. I'm going on in February. I'm going on.
You just said something key. I'm selling a cologne.
You're selling.
All right, stop. What I'm saying is, if I don't got nothing to talk about except just to be in front of the camera in February, what am I doing in February if I don't have a cologne? We're here because we're selling a product.
Yeah, but
stop. We're here because we're selling a product. If I wasn't selling a product, you're saying I should still be here.
No, you're selling a product on a promo run. And what I'm telling you is
What
this.
I'm saying, before that-
What I'm telling you is this. When you and Trey Lee, it's too late now.
Right.
When you and Trey Lee said, we're gonna do this shit.
Yeah.
Start doing interviews right now.
Right.
Yo, we about to put this shit together. We working on this boom
Got it,
boom.
got it,
And
got
guess what?
Got it.
When the project's done, you can still promote it.
Yo,
because it still exists.
I'm midway through the project. You're not gonna know who's on the shit.
Yep.
Let me give you this story. Yo, Trey Lee, go on this platform over here. Why? Because they saw you January,
Yep.
February,
Yep.
March, April. Now, bar for bar, it's saying, yo, come over here.
Yep.
Now Chinatown Sound is saying, come over here.
Yep.
So now you're doing that in month
No,
six.
I get that, but again,
That's what you selling.
But we're talking about something selling. I'm saying, what are you selling when you made your 7,000?
Myself.
See, stop.
That's it.
Stop. That's not a product that I'm talking about. If you're talking about me selling myself,
Yes, you are selling yourself.
no, wait, let me finish what I'm saying.
All right,
I
watch
can
this.
sell myself.
All day.
All day. I can tell stories. You know what my story, my thing would be? I could come and tell y'all
Stop
stories.
your story. Story. Where your merch at? Where your t-shirt at?
And I'm
Where
saying-
you got a shirt.
Mad rapper.
What the fuck
I
are you
did.
saying?
I
Do
did.
it again.
Do it again.
And so that's my point. My
Y'all
point
getting
is,
to the key to
so
the
my
problem.
point is, I'm saying what you're saying. I agree. I could be in front of the camera all day,
Yes.
but there's a sect of people that after a certain amount of time, if you ain't selling,
But there's
don't do
another
nothing.
sector of
Fuck
people.
them.
And there's some
Right.
people-
That's my
And
point.
Now we're
There's
over
a whole
here
nother
with
sector of
them.
people. Right.
Yo, it's so many people that's gonna be like,
It's 8 billion motherfuckers in the
Then
world.
why bring up Ray J? Make me understand the Ray J point.
It's consistency instead of a run. He's not doing a run. He's not doing a
So but
run.
I'm saying, but you keep saying doing nothing. That's
No,
where
listen.
that's where I'm
listen,
saying
listen,
doing
listen,
nothing. I
listen,
don't understand what that means.
What's getting lost in translation is you are D-Dot.
He's the
right?
brand. It's the brand.
So understand, even if you just, from what you did from 91 to 93, just take that little, it's more than everyone else's resume. Then everything you did in the 2000s, it's still more. You have knowledge on contracts, business, production, what it's like being in the studio. There are rappers right now. The reason why this show is popular, this guy had a moment and he said, you don't understand. Everybody you ever loved, you paid for. And you know what they did? They thought he was lying until every industry person said he's-
I'm gonna tell you when it changed when Funk Fleck posted me. And
Yes.
This nigga
nigga's
knows
right.
what he's talking about.
And then you know what they did, D-Dot? They had to go check all our resumes.
Now
and
you go
it
back-
hurt them.
Yeah.
And how many people did that happen for?
You're beyond that.
You see, that's what I'm saying. Listen to what you're saying.
You
You know how many
Tracy
people
Lee-
have said that to
I've
me?
been trying to
and
tell
I
this
watch
nigga
people
this the
more
whole-
bigger than me in front of the camera and don't
It's not
achieve
meant
what
for them niggas.
Then what's the rules?
You-
How you
you-
supposed to know if it's not meant for them? If I got cachet and there's somebody bigger than me that's doing what I'm doing, and
I'm
they
glad y'all
they not
talking to
turning
this
it
nigga,
into
'cause
money.
I've been
See what I'm
trying to
saying? I'm avoiding the camera because I don't. Me personally, I
'Cause you're
don't
a
want to see this.
monster.
No, it's not that. I would love people
I've
to be
been
on my
trying-
dick.
I've been trying to tell this nigga-
I don't want to deliver the same shit.
But you're not.
See, and I don't know that.
I'm gonna give you a jury.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to deliver
I gave
the
to
same
E.
shit.
Sermon.
Who?
I'm gonna tell you what I gave to E. Sermon.
Oh, Eric.
E.
And he's
Sermon.
been using it
I'm gonna
since.
tell you what I gave to E. Sermon.
And he's- every interview he does it.
Help me out, fellas. Please help
I
me
gave
out
it
with
to
this
you already.
nigga.
I'm about to
Yeah.
tell y'all. I never said it on camera. I called E. Sermon.
And you can pull it up and
told him
see
behind
he's doing
the
this.
scenes. I said, you want to keep going viral, E. Sermon? I said, because you're doing this shit, you're doing that shit. I said, just talk about business. That's all they want to hear from y'all. Anything, they don't want to hear no stories from y'all. Niggas want to know what niggas want to know.
And so
the business.
I got to
So-
stop you.
so-
Every podcaster that I went across said, Dot, you know how you going to win? You got to tell all them classic stories. Stories don't go
Dot,
away.
wait,
And you
Dot,
said, fuck the
Yo,
story.
yo, wait,
so
come on,
listen, so
come
that's
on,
what I'm
come on,
saying to
Dot,
you.
listen, come
You
on,
see,
no,
no,
you cut me
yes.
off. Wait, no,
Huh?
don't say nothing, Ghost. Don't say nothing, Ghost. Let me say
I
what
love
I'm
it.
saying.
Yo, I
Let
love
me
this
say-
Have you
shit.
not heard that?
Yo,
People tell
yes,
me.
I believe
yeah,
I heard
but I
that.
love
Trey,
but
what did I-
somebody's
hold
telling
on.
me
I
no,
love-
Trey.
hold on, what-
No, Trey, no.
Yeah.
Trey, tell him.
What did I tell Tracey Lee to
listen,
do,
listen
though?
what I'm saying. Trey could be my witness. People have said, Dot,
I'm
tell
a
the
squash-
craziest stories.
I'm a
You should
squash
do
this
that
shit.
in front of the camera. Have you not heard that?
Yes,
And
million
now you hear
times.
somebody tell me, don't do that.
But-
Watch,
Kill him.
watch.
Let
Kill
me
him.
squash
Give him
this
the
shit.
kill
Let
shot.
me
Give him the
squash
kill
this
shot.
shit,
Give him the
right?
kill
Let me
shot.
squash
Give him the
this
kill shot.
whole shit.
Give him the
Let
kill
me
shot.
squash this whole
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Doc comes on here and says, you know why? I come fuck with y'all and why I don't go over there? Because them niggas ain't doing shit, right? So for the niggas
Wow.
ain't doing shit, you listen to telling the story. But the nigga who's telling you where you saw it out and said, I want to come here and tell my shit.
Wow.
I'm telling you, don't do what they doing.
Right.
I did not do what they were doing. He said, yo, Esso, go.
You just came with a Biggie story from something that we didn't even heard off of business conversation.
Off
There you
of the
go.
business combo.
Everyone's mad now.
I get it, but
But-
what I'm saying to you is
All right, my
there
fault.
are people in your level and maybe bigger that says, D-Dot, here's where we see your ching-ching.
I don't want to dish
But you see what you're saying?
Yo, D-Dot.
I can't go to people
You
and say,
about to make
you're
me say
right
some
and
shit.
he's wrong.
You
know
about to make me say some shit.
How I know you ain't wrong
about to make me
and
say
he
some
ain't right?
shit. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
They telling you this.
Give him
They
another kill
never-
shot.
They never been businessmen. They always been creative.
Yep.
And they lucky to do this
Oh,
shit.
okay, that's
They
a whole
don't
different.
give a
That's
fuck
a whole
about
different.
it.
That's a
Give
whole
another
different
kill
perspective.
shot.
I get it. I get it.
I'm a businessman
Yeah.
that was behind the scenes, nigga,
right.
and came up here.
Right.
They not businessmen now.
Right.
They only niggas that was creative.
Okay, so you're saying the messenger.
Them niggas
I
is
gotta
lucky.
check. I gotta
Them
check the
niggas is
messenger.
lucky. They got fan base built in already.
Oh, okay.
So if you're coming back saying, I'm this nigga, and I'm telling you, your mark is what nobody else can do, everybody can tell stories.
Listen.
I'm just telling you what they tell me.
I'm about to dead his whole shit.
I
because,
want to give you.
because
Damn, I didn't know how to talk
nigga
about
got
my
me
shit.
Yeah,
so-
no, because Dot, this is what this man always tries to tell me all the time. When we go on these shits, we have to create the narrative. We can't allow others to create the narrative.
I agree with
And
you.
I'm not
this-
mad at that.
and-
I'm not
Well, that's
mad at
because
that.
I don't want to
wait
be
a minute.
asked the same
Wait a
question.
minute.
No, that's
wait a minute.
smart.
But,
Okay,
but,
cool. That's
but,
step
but,
number
but,
one.
But,
Right,
but,
right.
but to Randy Esso's point, that's
Right.
what he's saying. Just because these other niggas are talking about, yeah, you got to get on here and tell all these stories, you don't. Nigga, just get on the set and dictate the narrative.
There you go.
And you got the.
Dictate
There
the
you go.
narrative.
Dictating isn't the questions that they're gonna ask you.
Right.
Dictating is how I'm gonna give you the
And
answer.
I'm saying to you right now,
What's up, D?
it's being done right now.
No.
You ever heard me come
Yes.
out? He's saying, no, son. What I'm saying?
No, he agreeing with what I'm saying.
No. What
There you go.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, you ain't been here. Wait, stop. You ain't been here long enough.
Yeah, he has.
you ain't
Yeah,
been
he
here.
has.
You ain't been
He
here.
knows exactly.
No.
Talk that shit.
No.
Take that shit.
I don't mean long enough in the game. I understand.
Talk that shit.
So listen to what you're saying. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. There's people that have walked up to me and said, Dot, your storytelling is amazing. The world needs to hear that. So when I'm asking,
right, we're gonna
I'm
answer
asking
your
y'all,
question.
why wouldn't I take that to heart and say that is a valuable and piece of advice? Just listen to what I'm saying. Why wouldn't I say that when everybody has told me, Dot, you tell the crazy story.
You know when the
You know
story
why?
is
You know
good.
why? Because you're gonna run out.
You know when the stories
I know
work?
that, that's why I don't wanna tell 'em.
Dot. You know when the stories work, Dot? You know when it works?
No, I don't know. That's what I
tell
said.
you.
That's why I got
You about to
it.
say what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You
When
about to
it's
say what I'm
on
gonna say.
their show.
Yep.
Yes.
It doesn't
What's
work
that mean?
when it's on
Listen,
their show.
yes.
You tell the stories for their. Oh yeah, we need the wonderful stories because for their show.
They
but if
need
you're,
it.
But if you're going places and you're big and D-Dot up, we don't give a fuck about that story. You're telling a story about something else, but it's gonna stick with me is, yo, he gave me some game. Yo, when he told me he got jerked off of this interview.
That's not new news.
No,
My
That's
turn.
not new news.
Hold on,
That's
my
not new
turn.
news.
Yes,
My
it
turn.
is.
Not new
My
news.
turn. My
Nah,
turn.
nobody, Dot, wait, let me just say this.
Go ahead.
Dot, let me just say this.
Go ahead, go
Real
ahead.
talk.
Yeah.
If that's not
No,
new
for
news.
me to do. It's
Okay,
not new
but
news for me
this
to
is what
do.
I'm saying,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is why this is news.
Yeah.
The reason why you fucking with us, because nobody's doing this. You're not sitting down. When Rick Ross sat down with us, the nigga left here, everybody that was in here said, now that was really a
Well, no.
$1 million
I
game.
got to shut you down. I don't know if he knew about the business part, and I really wasn't fully on the business part.
Okay.
So I use the word uniqueness. There's a level of uniqueness that you guys have, and that's what I'm saying to you, if y'all get my point. Everything you're saying, I totally understand. But I can easily go to 10 podcasts or 10 shows and dictate the whole narrative, not tell no stories and all that. But at the end of that, what is the audience getting and what am I getting out of it? So the goal is saying when I go to do these shows, it's because of the uniqueness of the questions, the personalities, and my comfort. So yes, a story will come out of the business because I'm comfortable doing it. They made me feel comfortable. But I'm saying, but prior to that, sometimes when you go into interviews, there's already a predisposition of what they're trying to get to. So no matter what I do, they're gonna circle back to, but let's get back to that Biggie story. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to that.
I'm gonna let Tracey Lee talk, and I'm gonna ask a viral question. Watch this viral question.
Okay, so
Watch this. I got a viral question.
and I think, Dot, you're selling yourself short because you just said it, right? You said the thing that I was going to say. I can tell the story within the conversation if I feel comfortable.
Yes.
You're taking away. You are a creative, Dot, and you know how to creatively interject certain stories within the thing that you really want to get out there.
Which we did.
Right?
Which we doing.
But what I'm saying, and now they're saying, you do that on a consistent basis.
But I gotta start, where am I starting from?
You're starting from here.
No, starting from the interview. So if I can tell a story for Biggie later on, 15 minutes in. But when I'm coming on the show, am I coming on the show for the purpose or just, you know what, I'm here to just be here and let's go.
But Dot, that's what I'm saying, bro.
That's the part I don't know.
The part that you're selling yourself short on is because you don't have enough confidence to know that, and everybody else can see it as plain as day. You can dictate when you want to interject it, how you want to interject it. I don't give a damn what question they ask you.
Yeah,
but that's during. I'm asking, how do you get in front of the camera for what purpose?
But Dot,
Dot just coming. So if you want me to come,
Because you're D-Dot.
I'm
That
asking
goes back
January.
to you are D-Dot
I'm not on my
Angeletti.
dick. I guess to answer Son's question,
And you shouldn't be.
I'm not on my dick like that.
There
To just
you
be
go.
to be coming in front of a camera all the time like that.
Yo, that's true. He need representation, bro. He need
I'm
representation.
gonna tell you what's funny.
He need representation.
I'm gonna tell you what's so funny, and I understand you 110%. I'm going
Remember
to the
your
gym.
question.
I got two of them.
I'm going to the gym, y'all, and I'm walking through the mall in my hood in Jamaica, Queens, right? My man L, she's a girl, and the girl says, "Yo, L, what's up, what's up?" And she says, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Fuck, she waving at me for, L?" She said, "She don't know me." He said, "Nigga, everybody knows you.
Yeah.
That's you. That's you. Everybody knows you." I'm on the gram, and the nigga says, "Don't go to this nigga's event because he's using celebrities to sell the event." I'm on the gram on my nigga shit. Who the fuck you talking about? L said, "Erase that. He's talking about you."
Yep.
That's what you're not understanding.
And that's good, though.
And
that's why you need
fine.
representation.
What's fine?
You ain't supposed to be on your dick.
Let me show you something.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
That's why you need representation.
I'm not on my dick enough. Excuse my language, young ladies. I'm just not to just sit there and
you're not supposed.
today is
but that's a great quality.
But what about awareness?
Awareness of what?
Awareness
I'm gonna
of
show you.
of greatness and how people look at you.
Look like I'm on my dick.
Let
Let me show you. I'm Muhammad
I'ma
Ali.
show you.
I'm the baddest. I'm the greatest. I'm the.
You're not supposed
That's
to.
how I feel.
Hold on.
I'm
gonna show you.
I get it. I get it. I ain't running. No, I'm not running. I'm not running. I'm
I'm trying to
running.
update this
I'm not
conversation
running.
so they don't ask you no Biggie shit.
Yeah.
All the time. You know how to run a record label.
Yeah.
You've seen contracts. This is a lawyer.
Yeah.
Tell me, is Drake gonna have a successful lawsuit with this Universal thing? Knowing what y'all know. Tell me why as a lawyer.
You talking about defamation?
Yes, all of
No, not in hip hop music. Hell no. Absolutely not.
Is he gonna really just get out his contract this easy, being that he dropped 3 albums at one time? Don't the label gotta agree to accept those albums?
What does his agreement say?
Oh, we don't know. That's what I'm
Well,
asking.
he knows
did
what it
agree.
say.
The label did agree.
Yeah, they did agree.
They
So
did
that's
agree.
it.
They have their copyright on it.
Yeah.
It says Republic Records and it says Universal Records. So they did agree.
Oh, so they did agree on that.
They did
Okay.
agree. Once it's published, all
What do
all
y'all
bets is
think
off.
about what he did? Putting the 3 albums out, getting away from the label, becoming independent, because everybody always tells me,
Genius.
but everybody always says that independent is harder when you get on.
Not for him.
Nah, but
He's already
not the bag he got.
Not for him.
He has the label bag.
He's
So
different.
It's different.
Independent
and then
means
it's us.
something different
That's
for-
us. That's us. We try to
Yeah.
figure out, nigga, you got $250 for this hotel, or we
Right.
got to find $125
Right.
hotel. That's independent for us.
Not for him.
Independent for us is, for him is, he gonna fly 12 streamers, all expenses paid.
Give them chains.
Give them chains and set them up in 5-star hotels, feed them shrimp and lobster.
Yep.
That's not independent, that's label.
Yeah.
That's a full-fledged running
Budget.
label. That's
Full-fledged
budgets,
budget.
maybe out his pocket. Maybe he went and
They said-
gambled,
yeah.
gambled on his site and took that money, said, let's use that, that's bonus.
So do y'all think he won in the end? Did
I-
he really win the battle? Because now he's on his own.
No,
He
he
got
won
a
the
bag.
war. He won the war.
I mean, a war. That's
He
what I'm
won the-
saying.
he's
Did he
winning.
win
I
the
think he's
war?
gonna win the war.
He-
The
he-
battles
What
you
war
may
are you
lose.
talking about?
The war of now.
Sustainability.
Now he put out.
Well, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was a war. I didn't even know that was a war that was being fought.
No, with the whole Kendrick thing, they basically on the
That was
same
a battle.
label.
That was a battle.
That was a battle. Is what I'm saying. Then he went to court. People looked at him crazy.
Still another battle.
Now
Another
he's
battle.
coming out on top. He got 3 advances for 3 albums because we know he ain't putting out 3 albums without 3 advances. The bag was crazy for these 3 albums,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now I'm free. Now Kendrick, you not free. None of y'all niggas is free.
But I didn't know that was a war being fought. I think that's just a totally separate issue. That's just his business acumen.
You think if he didn't feel like that label turned against him with the bots and all that, you think he would have rushed his way off
No
of
way.
Universal?
No
No way.
fucking way.
No way.
No
It would've
need.
made
No
difference.
need.
Thank
No
you,
need.
Doc.
There's no
It
need.
wouldn't have
But
made
you
that
see,
difference.
I
No
never,
need.
but see,
No
all
need.
of that, I think that was just media shit. I don't even think that really existed. Like, I think that was just something to spew out there to keep shit going, and then here we have
That's
it.
the way to look at it.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
didn't look
I
at it
think
like
that's
that.
just him getting off the label was his business acumen saying, I want to be free because I'm in a position where I could do that now.
Finesse 2 times. I don't know if you've been seeing him talking about how he feels his contract situation with Jay Prince.
Nah, I'm not up on that.
Okay, so
school
they
me,
don't-
school me. But you can give me the bare bones of it.
I think he's in a
He
real
said
360.
He signed the 360 deal. He's saying, and he didn't even
everything.
know it.
Again, I don't have no sympathy.
But he didn't
I don't-
go through a
I don't have
lawyer.
no sympathy.
He didn't
for
go
him.
He just signed it
no
himself.
lawyer.
Yeah,
so there you
straight
go.
out of jail.
There's that.
Right.
Yeah,
They
so
got
there
him
you
right
go.
out of
He
jail.
don't
There you
have
go.
a case.
There you go.
No, no.
The
Is
expectation.
there anything he could
for
do to get
fairness-
out of that?
No.
No.
Yeah, just beg and plead.
Begging please
That's it.
Symphony.
Beg and
Hey, yo,
plead. That's all you gotta do. I'm
What's
just
the
stressing.
real quick though? What's the real reason? And I'm not saying it's a fake reason.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the real reason between y'all that y'all wanted to come back and put a project out when it's so hard to make money in the music business?
It wasn't for money, obviously, because if it was for money, we would be like, yeah, man.
No,
you
no,
put-
you
yeah,
good. You
Dude,
okay,
that
I
had
wanna
to
put on your-
kibosh
put
this
on your
whole
robe.
idea.
Yeah,
No.
I think it's just more so to talk about, it's kind of where we was at. I'm super comfortable in the space I'm in. I'm super comfortable with not everybody knowing everything about D-Dot, but I'd like them to know that there's a skill set that's still there. Chase always says it. There's this thing growing off that says, I didn't necessarily get put in that class with a lot of other dudes, but my records show that it is. But I'm not on a vote for D-Dot.
Is that
Vote
'cause
for
you was a
D-Dot,
hitman?
President #1.
But that's
And
'cause you was a
I
part
sleep
of a
like
crew.
this. Yeah, I sleep like this at night. I sleep like this
Because you
because
was part of a crew.
it doesn't matter. The point is, I've achieved what my personal goal was, plus bonus coverage. So anything beyond that to me is just like, I'm just still in shock. So the reason why we got together is because his chip is a little bigger than mine because he felt a certain way. So like-minded people saying, we still got the skills, we know we're not gonna chart the way these dudes chart because we ain't got the bread to put into it.
Right.
We know we ain't gonna sell like these dudes got, but we ain't got the bread into it, put the bread to put into it. But again, to go back to your point about podcasters, we still feel our brand, our recipe can hold and sustain. We don't have all the marketing down the way we should, but the product for us was the most important thing, because now I get to do these and maybe get a speaking engagement. He gets to maybe do these, but I get to come out for a minute, show who I am, and then, unfortunately for some, I go back to my regular life. I'm married 28 years, 6 kids. So
And that's
there's
life,
still,
baby.
And that's
Yeah, you
almost
punch
60.
Spanish niggas be pumping them out.
Yeah, we don't fuck around. So,
Y'all fuck around, boy.
but I said to my daughter, I told you we just went to go visit my daughter, who's a director on Broadway.
They got
She's directing
6
The
of them,
Outsiders.
6 of them
So
motherfuckers.
the interest for me to constantly jump out there on some rah-rah D-Dot when I got all this going on, it just doesn't sit the same with me, because I understand the business.
Yeah,
I
of
do.
course, yeah.
And trust me, Trey tells me all the time, I really would like to wake up every day with my phone in my hand and just, yo, what up, what up, what up? Yo, I'm in the bathroom right now, check me out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo. I mean, that's just not, I've never been that way. And so that's part of my issue is, when I come in front of you, I want your whole attention, because we barely see this dude. So when we see him, and when I speak, I'm a very educated black man. So when I speak, I want you to listen. But I feel like if I'm constantly speaking to you, after a while I can see it in my kid's face. Okay, Dad, all right, we had enough, Dad. It's like, we got it. So that's what I'm dealing with. So it's not that I don't want to be in front of the camera, not that I don't want to do it. Law and Disorder tells people, I shot videos, I got my teeth fixed for this.
Yeah.
My teeth used to be fucked up, but I got my teeth fixed to do this. But it wasn't for the full expectation of, let me just do all about D-Dot. But $7,000? Money, the fame, that woke me up, nigga. He said how important that is to me. That, I get it. I haven't been able to do that. So if somebody showed me
You're
how to
doing
take,
it now.
no, I get it, and that's why we was here. I called y'all. Remember, I called y'all.
I know.
So
And
it's not like I don't get it. Just so you know,
Yeah.
they didn't reach out because they was on our dicks like that. I said, yo, I
on,
need to be,
D-Dot.
Don't
I
believe
need to
his
be,
hype.
I need to be in a
Don't
place
believe his
where I
hype.
feel niggas get us. They get the movement and they get the language. The most important thing is, can I speak the same language as some? You know how hard it is to go in another country and motivate and move if you can't speak the language? I go places where they speak the language. And if we speak the language, our communication is gonna be so much better. I'm gonna learn from you, you're gonna learn from me. I just learned today. I'm leaving
Likewise.
here with lessons.
But I'm
leaving
gonna
here
tell
with
you
lessons.
what Clue told me. And I'm gonna ask you one more
And
question.
tell him I said what's up, by the way.
I'm gonna tell you this.
What up, Clue?
Right when the Instagram was becoming a big factor, I was like, I'm not on the gram. I'm not fucking with the gram. Like, that's for them young niggas. I'm not doing it. And Clue called me. He was like, yo, why are you not on the gram? I was like, I don't need to be on the gram. He said, in this day and age, people need to see. Everything is visual.
Oh, I'm
now.
learning.
He said, everything is visual. He said, so you being a manager, and I was a manager at the time.
Right.
A manager.
Right.
Okay? He's like, you being a manager, when they see you with me, when they see you with Ross, when they see you with 50, when they see you with J. Cole, these people have money, and they want to align themselves with you. That's opportunity for you, Randy. Everybody's lying, saying what they're doing, what they've been done. This is proof. This is what people want to see. When Ross sat right here, asked him a question and said, well, how do you know if people's moving on you? How do you know if people is moving for you?
Right.
He said, all I got to do is pull the gram out. And see if
Who
they
said that? Ross said that?
Yeah. See if they repping
That's
my brand.
his proof of concept?
Say if they're repping my brand because
He's always been a big proponent of that.
I get it.
Digital marketing, see, for older people, they don't understand how far this digital marketing goes. And he had to break it down to me, because I'm looking at my shit, I'm like, yo, I got 17,000 views. He said, nigga, that's a whole arena. What is you talking about? You got an arena of people watching you. And I'm up here like, 17,000, I'm used to 100,000, 150. Bro, 17,000 is good. I'm
That's
selling
Madison
merch.
Square Garden.
You selling merch. Yeah, you selling merch off of 17,000. And then I did a Zoom consultation in the Bahamas. I do them in Canada. I do them in Paris.
Yeah.
Because of this shit.
You know how many people
because
want
the
to
market's
talk
getting
to
around.
you? and learn how to do.
I do.
You could charge him
I
for
do.
that.
And I have.
Facts.
I've spoken at
Apologies.
NYU.
I'm sorry about that.
Like, it's not like I haven't done it. I've
right.
spoken at colleges. I just not sitting
don't
here
wanna
like,
do the-
I just not sitting here all day like this.
and it's-
This
We don't
is
want
what-
to do it neither.
Right, but that's what
I
it
don't
looks.
think he
That's what it
understands
looks like outside.
nigga, I don't
what it
even
looks like
like
outside, it looks
taking
like
pictures.
niggas don't take their phone out their hand. They in the bathroom. It just looks like this is their life.
But Dot, I don't think you have to do it that way.
I know you don't, and that's
know
what
what
they
I'm
saying.
saying?
And I'm
Yes.
learning that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yes.
how, but that's how it feels. It feels like if you don't have this shit in your hand all day, like I watch somebody like a 50 or Snoop Dogg. They're not the litmus test, but it seems like within a 12-hour span, there might be 50 or 60 posts. If that's how it feels. Or you go on a nigga's story, the dashes are so little. The dashes are so little that it's like, goddamn, God the fuck damn. I couldn't even imagine my stories looking like that, is what I'm saying.
That's true,
it's
though.
like the dots
true.
are so little
That's
at
true.
the top.
That's true.
That's what it feels like
let
I
me tell you
have to
something.
do.
What
And
you
I'm
just
saying,
did right there?
Yikes.
That's a clip.
And that's going viral. you didn't even have to.
Yeah.
I saw an artist. I said, "Oh, I give up."
That's why I did. I said he right.
So for
I
somebody
know,
like
man.
me who's close to the other age of that looks crazy to have to get
I gotta ask Tracey
used to do. To see 45 dashes at the top of their Instagram.
But what about?
But that's how it looks.
But what about when music changed? When you loved it? When it went from tape to this to this simpler shit here? You was willing to learn that shit?
I was, but it didn't take me having to be. This is the most. What's the word when you on your own dick? What's
I'm
the
consuming.
No, when you are about yourself.
Vain.
Is another word for it. When
Vanity.
you,
Arrogance.
Vanity, lux,
the word where it's all about you. That's what this.
self-centered.
So the whole society we're in right now,
Yeah, of course.
it's selfies about me, me. I grew up where it was always about everybody.
Us, we.
We.
Then you just make it
But,
like
but
that.
see,
with brand.
yeah, you should, exactly.
Yeah.
I think
You
it's
can
more
make it that
about
way.
the, I
Again,
think-
that's where the tutelage comes in.
Yeah, you can make
I
it that
haven't
way.
learned how to turn this
And
into
you're
money.
doing it
People
right
always
now.
say, that all you gotta do is all you gotta
You know
do.
the first
That's
thing
what I'm
I
saying.
would
All
say,
you gotta do is
you
all
know-
I'm here is that
no,
all you got. I
shot-
like her. She understands what I'm saying. She gets me.
But it's
She's
more-
like, it's not all you
But
just
Dot,
gotta
but
do,
Dot,
and it's gonna
but
roll
Dot,
in
Dot,
like that. And
Try
shit.
to have fun with it first. It's like
That's
music.
what we're here for, law and disorder.
And that's
My fun
the
comes in the
reason-
music.
and that's
My fun
the
don't
reason-
come in front of this shit.
and that's
My
the reason
fun comes
why-
in making the music.
Independent now. You're not Crazy Cat with the you're independent.
But that's the
so
reason
this
why-
is the easiest way to promote
So let me ask you.
my
So let me ask you a
product.
question. Let me ask you a question. Why haven't you ever gone inside and becoming an executive?
They haven't hired me.
They won't.
But I did.
They make a total.
Let me ask you a question.
I
Why
make
haven't you
300.
gone in and just said, "I want to be an executive"? And
You know,
when
he telling you.
Huh?
He about to tell you.
Did you go in and
You not-
actually go to everybody? I
Yo,
want it that bad
yo.
that I want to do it? Huh?
Hitmaker said that they want me back in the building. That's what he said.
Right.
But he said they scared I'm gonna tell everybody everything.
Swear
Okay,
to
but
God.
that's the same thing that happened to me. I was
they-
too
they-
abrasive for the game. But my point is, then you say to yourself, then that's just not something I'm gonna do. But I could have easily went to Clive, went to LA, and kept pushing until I got in.
I don't have nobody to
coulda
go
did that.
to. I don't have nobody to go to no more to get in
I could have
like
did that. I could have went to who you
I
said,
used-
Hiram Hicks. I could have went to all of them and said, I really want to be an executive. I don't want to produce no more. Take me in. This is what I'm going to keep trying to do. Instead of forcing it, I was like, you know what? That's not something that I want to do. So why force it? So where my happiness is, when you say I'm not having fun, I am having fun.
No, I'm
My-
talking about
my-
with the gram. I'm talking about
yeah,
having
I
fun
haven't,
with the gram.
I haven't learned how to have fun with
See,
the gram
you
yet.
cut me off.
I haven't
I
had the
said you
gram.
gotta have fun with it, meaning
I don't know how.
with the gram.
I don't know
because
how.
you're thinking too much about it.
Because again, I was told that that's my litmus test for
We had
how
a-
you gauge.
But we at a
things.
stage where it's necessary.
But
Like, it's necessary.
My first gram picture is, yo, this is BagFuel, boom, boom, boom. And you know how
Your first what?
picture for the gram.
Oh, picture for the gram.
All
Okay.
right, it's a good, clear picture. Boom. I just did the interview, right? Then you say, well, well, shit's not moving. I would be like, yo, Dot, you know, I got a little video when I'm saying, hey, yo, I'm up here with D-Dot, boom, boom. Take that, throw that in there. That's gonna make your shit move. Oh, all right, it's that simple? Yeah, it's that simple, Dot. It's that simple. I could do this shit.
You saw the simplicity in it when we did the clip when we was
Simplify
rocking
that
off of the
shit.
Black Rob shit. And we were just doing this for 11 seconds.
But it wasn't organic.
What wasn't
planned-
organic?
this shit
No,
is
that was organic.
No, we planned to shoot ourselves. It was still a plan. Trey, let's film ourselves.
No, but-
and if a clip comes up that's good enough, you put it out.
That's called fucking promotion.
And I'm saying to you, everybody doesn't think like that all day.
Nah.
You're right, but I don't walk around all day saying, put the camera on for
You
those
don't have
moments.
to.
You have to be thinking like that in order for that clip to have the success. You have to be saying to yourself, put the camera on, film this.
No,
Trey,
you
let me give
don't.
you, yes, you do. Let me give you an example. I walked up to a Spanish nigga today, and there was two ladies walking outside, and they had their titties out.
This is crazy.
And a Spanish man said to me,
With a cigarette.
Yeah, cigarette. Papi, start talking to Spanish. What the fuck am I supposed to do? My dick getting hard on you bitches walking around in the bucket. And you know, first thing Trey said, I should have had my camera out.
Yeah.
For that moment.
But so then that means your mentality has to be, have your camera out all day because you never
But I
know
was
what's going to
being
happen.
facetious
No, you
when I said-
wasn't.
yes, I was.
No, you wasn't because it
I
happened
was.
again. There was another moment we
What?
said, see, when we had another moment we said,
Oh,
damn.
with the nigga in
Right,
Times
so
Square.
there's 2 minutes. There was a nigga playing the guitar that he never saw.
With his
With the
underwear.
shorts on.
I should
Oh,
have
the
my
nigga
camera
got
out.
one.
I should have my camera out again.
Yeah. So my point is, he's saying what I'm saying. What y'all are saying is yes. In order to win, you gotta have this out all day.
No. Okay, but
you gotta have this out all day.
No.
And you gotta clip yourself
I'm
all
talking
day.
in,
Sit down
but
all
I'm
day.
talking in
Pause.
terms
I know you
of,
got
I'm
this, but
talking
that's
in
somebody
terms-
doing it for you.
I am
That's
talking.
only 2 hours. This ain't no day.
We've been 3 hours of this shit.
No.
I don't know.
It ain't even 2 hours.
It ain't been 2 hours.
But
I
I got
fuck
one
with you.
question
I
for
gotta fuck
Tracey
with
Lee,
you.
right? I don't know if you want to answer this one.
What's up?
Uh-oh. Personal?
As an entertainment
Oh, okay.
lawyer,
Yeah.
which record label has given the best favorable contracts to artists?
When I was out,
Yeah, or just going over
That you've seen
that
in your
you see, you be like,
experience.
you know, this record label.
They give good contracts.
I mean, I think they
Is it Atlantic?
You want to answer what?
Yeah,
Loud.
Loud
Oh,
Records.
Loud gave the best contract.
I mean, I really haven't heard a lot of them dudes going back trying to kill that white man.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
And I haven't heard it.
They all fuck with him too.
I think he made sure that whatever they sold, they got a piece. That's what I heard. I'm not saying it's
That's a great-
absolute, but I haven't seen it. Now, you can't compare Loud to the majors.
Of course, but
So-
still, that's still a great, because you've heard.
I mean, they had Wu-Tang, right?
No, I don't mean as far as artists. I meant as far as when you get a contract. 9 times out of 10, most of us that's rappers, we don't get our contract directly from Universal. It's
Yeah, you
usually
get it from the
some
production
service company in between
Yeah.
that's doing a deal with them and it's flowing
Like I
through
got mine from
to
By
you.
Storm,
Right, it's
as
flowing
opposed
through
to
to them and
Universal.
all of that. So no, you don't really get to deal with them directly. But if you were signed to them directly, then you probably wouldn't see the light of day from their contract. It's them flow through contracts that give you that little thing.
They give you that little thing
But
that
I
you
would
can
say
live.
Loud was probably a spot where you probably made your money. From what I heard, I'm not sure, but I heard Master P's
I'm
deal.
about to
Oh,
say
Master P was
I was about to
Master
say
P's
No
deal
Limit.
was excellent. I heard. I don't know about Babies and them, but again, I haven't heard Drake or Nicki or anybody come and say this is killing us. I haven't heard it. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm not saying it doesn't
comparatively,
happen.
even with my contract, like 50-50 on the pub, you know what I'm saying? That ain't bad. Especially
wasn't
for a
bad.
motherfucker
That's
that's
regular.
Yeah,
You
that's
ain't
what
got
I'm
nothing
saying.
out, really.
Right, exactly.
I'm
exactly.
advancing you money, and I gotta recoup
Shit,
this
I'll
money.
take that
That's what I
any
said.
day
So
of the
some
week.
of them wasn't always, full, no Vaseline. Some
Right.
of them wasn't all that. There were ways for you to make some money.
What
You know
should
what I'm
an
saying?
artist look for that should be favorable in the contract? If they've seen something standard, what do you think?
There's
they
nothing favorable in the contracts. It's never going to be favorable. I don't mean to cut you off and answer your question, but it's never going to be favorable. It's just that they can't do certain things. It's like I just can't do that because it's against the law to do it. So I have
But
to
everything
give you,
within the law, I'ma give
right
that
with
shit
everything
to you.
within the law. So it'll say these laws are governed by the state of New York,
Right.
which means the state of New York has
But I
certain
would-
things that you cannot
but-
do to these niggas.
I
Period.
would say the publishing aspect to me is the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that you can live off of forever.
But that's not a part of a recording contract. That became bonus. See, that's what people get confused.
Yeah, that's not a
Publishing
recording
is not a
contract.
part of the recording
Recording
contract.
contract.
That's not.
They
you
can
have-
add it
they
on
can
there.
add it
You
on
talking
to
about
it.
mechanicals and
Add it
shit?
on.
No, I'm saying
talking about
when-
the part of the recording
I'm
contract.
saying there is no recording contract that has publishing.
You
in
gotta
it.
sign-
You have
you
to
gotta sign
add
publishing
it.
deal. You
Right,
gotta
you gotta
add it.
add it.
I'm taking
Right.
publishing
You're
from
taking
you.
take it right.
Now
But a
taking
recording
publishing from
contract is
It's
simply
only
that.
recorded. It should not have
Our
publishing.
business started adding added it inside, yo, let's get a piece of their publishing.
Yeah,
So it became
right.
hybrid
But that's the
contracts
whole
now.
360.
Hybrid
That's the
contracts
360
started
shit
coming.
with the merch and all
Yeah,
that.
all
Because,
that.
because that's what I tell people about the music business. There is no standard contract.
There is no
it's what
standard.
it's what you
That's a
negotiate.
fact.
Right.
It's what
That's
you're
a
gonna
fact.
get.
Right.
What's the
Because what they're gonna do is, for anybody you're negotiating with, they're gonna put the kitchen sink in that shit, and then it's up to you to
get
try to
that motherfucker
decipher.
out.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get that pipe
Exactly.
out.
And like, so,
Exactly.
to
Let me
this
get
day, I
that
own all
faucet
my
out.
publishing. I own it all.
Damn,
always
word.
had.
You never signed a publishing deal?
No, I got admin, but I never signed for what. But
Who
Puffy,
you signed your
Puffy
admin with?
Sony. I was with EMI first, and then Sony bought ATV, bought them up. So, but Puff dangled that in front of me.
Really?
Yeah, of course he did because it's business. It's
Right.
business. It's
Right.
business.
See, when
It's
you understand
business.
business,
Right.
yo, Puff sat right here and said, if a nigga don't get a lawyer and negotiate,
Yeah.
that's
Got-
on
Yeah.
So
him.
then when I saw Styles
Yeah.
and all of
The
them
fuck?
and all of them on the show and other people saying to myself, the first question I said to myself was, I know these niggas. Ain't a dumb nigga in that crew. Some of these niggas got 2 parents in their house, brothers and sisters. There's no way you gave that shit away knowingly, meaning he didn't put a gun to your head. So you must have gave that shit knowing something, meaning you got a lawyer, you did something. You don't put your signature on nothing like this. There are people, but not y'all. I can't believe y'all did that. So when you fighting somebody that didn't put a gun to your head, that told you to go make sure you get a lawyer, most lawyers don't want to talk to nobody else but a lawyer unless they know they can get you. They'll skip over you and say, Rand, let me talk to Rand directly because he's the artist.
Yeah.
Well, don't get your lawyer,
Like,
Rand.
can I ask you a question, though?
Yeah.
You know niggas was scared of Puff Daddy on that business, though. So even if you had a lawyer, the other lawyer didn't want to go against Puff Daddy neither.
And listen, I get that. What I'm saying is,
No.
then how did I go through?
Because
Then how did other people that didn't
You
go
had a
through that?
relationship with him before, and you
At
had
Howard.
balls, and
Yeah.
you had balls. This is how
That's the truth.
It worked out with me and Puffy. I had balls to be like, no.
That's all I said was no.
Yeah, there you go.
But
who else?
But
how
no,
can they-
Dot. Your relationship.
So you mean to tell me
relationship-
you walking with
your-
D and Y and the Lox and they don't have no balls?
No.
They was managing that nigga. Now I'ma yell like you.
No.
D and Y. Tell me they ain't got no balls.
Nah.
Tell me they ain't got no
They
balls.
got balls.
All right, so they was scared
Nah.
of Puff. They
You
was
pay
scared of
them
Puff.
to
They
pay back.
was scared
You
of Puff.
pay- Dot.
Say it.
Dot.
Say it, nigga.
Dot.
I want to sign
Say
the
it.
paper, and I
Dot.
want
Say
this
it.
money.
Dot.
They was scared.
Dot.
Lawyer could no.
Nah,
It don't gotta
man.
be
What
about
do you mean, nah,
Puffy.
man? He just said I had balls.
No.
D and Y didn't have balls.
It ain't about.
No.
It ain't about that.
D&Y's not
It
the
ain't about
talent.
that.
It gotta be Jada Kiss saying.
they don't have balls.
No, it gotta be Jada Kiss saying.
It ain't about
Listen, no, I'm a creator.
So
pardon
they
me,
don't say
pardon me,
no.
Pardon me.
Go ahead.
They are creators.
Right.
I'm a businessman.
Right.
So I can sit here and see certain things. There's certain things at the time which, you know, when I managed, I had Yummy, I had Maya for a certain amount of time, I had Rock Wilder. I argued with them about many things. Because in mad shit that I argued with them about, we did that shit, Dot. Because I could not go against them because they are creative. So even if D&Y was like, yo, this is not a good idea, my nigga, boom, boom, boom. And you gotta remember, these niggas come from a different standpoint. I come from a 2-parent home too, but we were still poor. There was a lot of love in that motherfucker.
Plus, you were able to say no because
Yeah,
of the,
but you making my point. You making my point.
You had a
So
relationship with
if
Puff
they didn't
before
go,
all that
if they
shit
got
happened,
the contract and they still went to D&Y for
He had a
advisory,
relationship
and
with
D&Y
Puff
said
before that,
don't
so,
do it.
nigga,
They
I
said
know you
don't
since
do
I
it,
was
and you
18.
signed it anyway.
Fuck no, I ain't
Where's your
signing that
complaint
shit.
at?
No, the complaint is.
Where's your complaint at?
No.
Puffy didn't get you
I'm
there.
gonna tell you where the complaint is.
Puffy didn't get you there.
The relationship was
How?
different.
He did because he knew that this shit was bad, and he knew I want to sign this shit. I want to be a goddamn rapper.
Right.
That's why I signed that shit, nigga.
And so he should be, you know what? You a rapper. You know what? Let me give you ain't proved yourself yet. You ain't did nothing. Let me give you everything you want. You ain't did nothing
I
yet.
agree
Let me
with
give
that.
you everything you want.
I
You
agree
ain't did
with that.
nothing yet. You ain't give you everything
Your
you want. And
relationship
I'm going
is
to sit
different,
back.
man.
My relationship was different, but he still offered it to me. So how different was it?
It was, I can tell you no.
Why would you offer a nigga a fucked up contract as your friend?
No, listen.
If he's your friend, as y'all saying, why would he even offer it to me?
Because
why? Because it didn't matter if we were friends. Y'all got to get that friendship out your motherfucking mind.
Right.
So if
There's a
D&Y
But that's the
walked up,
part that they couldn't
That don't mean
separate.
everybody
Exactly.
differentiated it.
Exactly.
Just 'cause you
You can't
differentiated
they
it.
weren't
exactly.
his friends. That's my point. They weren't his friends, so it should have been strictly business.
No, but they don't know enough about how old
They
are these
don't know
kids?
about the
Listen,
How old are
there
these
you
kids?
go. You relying on the kids. They had
How old are
lawyers,
these kids?
mothers, fathers.
That don't
Why?
matter.
Oh, now it don't matter.
Not
When does it matter?
Because they have it's naivety of the game, bro. They have
And
no
you can
concept.
be naive, but I was naive too. But if I
You
got a
weren't
mother,
that
a
naive.
father,
You
and a
weren't that
lawyer,
naive.
Time out,
You had
Doc.
already had a
Hey,
deal.
Trey,
He had already
I'ma
had a
end this
deal,
shit.
my
I'ma
nigga.
end
Get
this
the
shit.
fuck out of
I'ma
here.
end this
He
shit.
already had a
Trey,
deal.
I'ma
He
end
been
this
through the
shit.
trenches
I'ma end this
already.
shit.
He leaving part of the story the fuck out by the time he got the puff. Get the fuck out of here,
He
Doc.
bumping too much shit.
The fuck? You're not giving the context.
He said I'm
You're not giving context. Get the fuck out
I
of here.
am giving
No,
context.
you're not.
My
I am.
mother and
No, you're
father,
not.
my mother and father can't tell me about points and royalties.
Right, zero.
My mother and father can't advise me on if I should
But he
sign
had
this
already been
contract.
through
No, you got the story wrong. Now this is where I
You've
get on
been
my
through
own.
this
No,
shit
that's where I
already.
get on. No. This is where I get on my own dick now. Now I'm gonna be unhumble. Right?
Thank you. Finally.
Hold on.
My mother didn't know about contracts and royalties,
But you
my,
did.
But my mother knew about getting a lawyer. You're missing the point.
But you had
need
already
a Trey,
been through that fucking shit already.
Trey, listen. You have to listen.
I'm listening.
You're not listening. When I got my deal, I didn't sign a deal because I didn't read and I didn't get a lawyer. I signed the deal because the person that was guiding us told us that it's okay with what you read, don't worry about it, which was our manager. So again, I went the right route to get my business done and got led the wrong way.
And they didn't?
You said they didn't.
No,
you just
I didn't
said
say
they were kids. You
no,
just said
I
that
said
they were kids.
I said you.
You said they were kids. You said they were
But
kids.
that had nothing to do with the point that I was trying to
Right,
make.
because
the
I said
point
that
I
they
was trying to make is that you, not only the relationship that you had
You
with the
talking
nigga.
about Puff?
Yes.
Or Two Kings of the Cypher?
No, I'm talking about Puff.
Let's talk about Two Kings of the Cypher.
Okay, basically, but
All right,
you
so
were
I'm the
able-
Lox
but you
with
were
Two Kings
able-
of the Cypher.
but you-
Listen, I'm the Lox with Two Kings of the Cypher. They walked into it with lawyers. It was 3 of them, mothers, fathers, and uncles. Where, please tell me, and managers, 2 street niggas that wasn't scared of Puff.
Street niggas.
So, but
That don't mean they have the
that don't mean,
knowledge.
no. Huh?
Street
That
niggas.
don't mean they wasn't trying to get out the street. Nigga, I'm trying to get out the street. This deal is not the best, but it gotta be a door in there. Didn't they say that? Didn't they say that? There gotta be a fucking door in there.
So I'm not saying you're wrong. Then how you gonna go back and go to the nigga that you knew was fucking you?
Mad. And I didn't realize
That's
this
your
shit-
fault.
I didn't realize
That's
this shit
your.
was
That's
as
what I'm saying.
bad as
That's
it
your
was.
fault. You can't. That's why we together now.
Yeah.
Because he knew he couldn't come back to being me mad at me. He signed it. I didn't make him sign it. He signed it.
That's
so
real.
you can be mad at me all you fucking want. Your dumb ass signed that.
I
so
love
don't
it,
be
Doc.
don't
Yeah.
be mad at me.
Tell these
and I'm
niggas,
telling
Doc.
Puff, and I'm saying the Lox and all them niggas, Puff didn't put a gun to your head. You had a lawyer. So if you signed that shit and it got no Vaseline, that's on you. Don't come back to me and say you should have changed this up for us. You should. Why? Why should I have done that for you? Who the fuck are you that I should have did that for? Clive Davis ain't do it for me, so why should I do it for you? Because I'm a black man, because we all coming up. That's what y'all missing. Y'all thinking there's some type of empathy or some type of sympathy there for your condition. Your condition is your condition. I don't have no sympathy. Puff dangled that publishing deal in front of me, and I was able to say no, simply not because he was my friend, because financially I didn't need it. So what we're saying is, most of them niggas signed them deals because they needed the money. And then thought they could come back and convince you that now I'm a real nigga and I was supposed to know all this other shit. You gotta make up your mind, man. Are you a real nigga or not? I don't give a fuck if you from the streets. Who plays a game and don't know the rules? If you didn't know how to play poker, I said, fam, pull out $2,000 real quick. Let me show you how to play poker. You gonna play?
No.
Most likely you're not gonna play. That's what they did. They pulled out their money, said, I'm gonna play a game I don't know. I lost the money. Now, can you give me back the money, please? Please?
Yo, this
Please,
interview's done, bro.
BagFuel,
Please.
Yo, like,
Tracy Lee
subscribe,
D-Dot.
super thanks.
Lord Disorder out
This-
now.
Out
Tracy
now.
Lee and D-Dot, nigga.
Yo, listen.
That's why we here.
Yo, listen.
Lord Disorder.
Yo, listen, I'm not having D-Dot back no more without Tracy. Because he went thermal sound waves tonight. You know what I'm saying? But please follow their movement. Yo, tell them how they can find y'all both
And
on
get the
gram.
project.
Now niggas just told me, all right, now you gotta find me at Facebook.com. Lady nigga.
You gotta tell
I'm
them all
on
that
TikTok at
Tell them
TikTok.
all that
Mad
shit.
rapper nigga. I'm still on MySpace, nigga, at Derek Angeletti, Instagram at D.Dot Angeletti. I will tell y'all everywhere to find me except my motherfucking address at home, nigga.
What about the website, the Bada Project? Did y'all set up a website?
See? That's too. We independent. Website. I don't even have to spell website. I was just fucking with you.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead, Trey.
You got me good.
Nah, I just fucking
You got
with
me
you.
good.
Go ahead, Trey. Promote, my nigga. Promote.
Yo, listen, at Tracey Lee, TRACEYLEEESQ. Remember that. TRACEYLEEESQ. You can find me there on Instagram. You can find me there on TikTok. You can go to Facebook and find Tracey Lee.
BagFuel. I done hit my
You know
head.
what I'm saying?
BagFuel, nigga. That's what I get.
And look.
Bumped my head and woke up a rapper,
And
nigga.
look, I'm the law. He's the disorder. Law and disorder on all your streaming
In stores
platforms.
right now. Go get it.
And you can go to even.
And we promote it backwards. So from June to December, I'ma take Randy's advice.
There you go.
And I'm coming back. And every month, I'm coming to do these niggas show. And we just gonna sit up here. And I'm gonna tell you about these new Nikes I got on today.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you about whatever, because what's your name again, son?
Space Ghost. Yo, what the fuck you did that?
And I'm gonna tell Space Ghost some stories that he ain't heard, because he said we heard all the stories. I guarantee you haven't heard all the stories, Space Ghost. I will bet your house, your
there's
farm.
a lot.
I would
There's a
bet
lot.
you have not heard all the stories. But there's some stories I can't tell, fam, because it incriminates people, it incriminates me, and also it puts people's business out there. Like, I don't like when niggas talk about babies, kids, and who fucked who. Niggas is talking about who used to fuck each other's bitches. Are you
that's
serious?
crazy.
How gay is that? It's different.
Hold
so
on.
now you see why I don't want to be out there, because some of these niggas want to leave. So I know you was there when Puff was fucking. Like, where you leave? Where we going with this, fam? So now you asking me to hit you with the salute and be out, because we crossing in the lines that Derek could have did on his own. You don't think I'd have 17 million followers right now?
Oh,
if
yeah, if I tell all my shit.
one Puff Daddy story? One. I'd be the man. I'd be the man. But I was never searching for that.
I haven't told nothing either.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you can make BagFuel fucking
I haven't told
Joe
nothing
Rogan,
either.
nigga, like that type
Yo,
of level.
niggas came to me one day and was like, yo, so I know you've been to Puff Daddy parties. I said, yeah, the boat, Vegas, whatever, you know what I'm saying? He said, I heard that there's a scale to weigh the bitches before they go.
wow.
I said,
Yes.
I said, where do y'all come with these folks? So you think it was no fat bitches that was in the party? The fuck are you talking about?
So D-Dot, you never saw the scale?
Not only did I see the scale, I got on the scale.
Yo,